Country Wife by William Wycherley. London, 1675.
A quack is as fit for a pimp as a midwife for a board. They are still, but in their way, both helpers of nature. Well, my dear doctor, hast thou done what I desired?
I have undone you for ever with the women, and reported you throughout the whole town as bad as an eunuch, with as much trouble as if I had made you one in earnest.
But have you told all the midwives, you know? The orange wenches at the playhouses, the city husbands and old fumbling keepers of this end of the town? For they'll be the readiest to report it.
I have told all the chambermaids, waiting women, and old women of my acquaintance, nay, and whispered it as a secret to 'em, so that you need not doubt 'twill spread, and you will be as odious to the handsome young women
as the smallpox,
and to the married women of this end of the town
as the great pox, nay, as their own husbands.
And they will frighten their children with your name, especially their females,
and cry, "Horner's coming to carry you away." Oh, I'm only afraid 'twill not be believed. Now, you told them 'twas by an English-French disaster, and an English-French surgeon, who has given me at once not only a cure, but an antidote for the future against that damned malady and that worse distemper, love, and all other women's evils.
Your late journey into France has made it the more credible, and you being here a fortnight before you appeared in public looks as if you apprehended the shame, which I wonder you do not. Well, I have been hired by young gallants to belie 'em t'other way, but you are the first would be thought a man unfit for women.
Dear Mr. Doctor, let vain rogues be contented only to be thought abler men than they are. Generally 'tis all the pleasure they have. But mine lies another way.
You take, methinks, a very preposterous way to it, and as ridiculous as if we operators in physic should put forth bills to disparage our medicaments with hopes to gain customers.
Oh, Doctor, there are quacks in love as well as physic, who get but the fewer and worse patients for their boasting. A good name is seldom got by giving it oneself, and women no more than honour are compassed by bragging. Come, Doctor, the wisest lawyer never discovers the merits of his cause till the trial. The wealthiest man conceals his riches, and the cunning gamester his play. Shy husbands and keepers are not to be cheated, but by a new unpractised trick.
There are 2 ladies and a gentleman coming up.
A pox! Some unbelieving sisters of my former acquaintance, who, I am afraid, expect their sense should be satisfied of the falsity of the report. No, this formal fool, Sir Jasper Fidget, and women.
His wife and sister.
My coach breaking just now before your door, sir, I look upon as an occasional reprimand to me, sir, for not kissing your hand, sir, since you coming out of France, sir. And so my disaster, sir, has been my good fortune, sir. And this is my wife and sister, sir.
What then, sir?
My lady and sister, sir. Wife, this is Master Horner.
Master Horner? Husband?
My lady Fidget, sir.
So, sir.
Won't you be acquainted with her, sir? So, the report is true, I find, by his coldness or aversion to the sex, but I'll play the wag with him. Pray salute my wife, my lady, sir.
I'll kiss no man's wife, sir. For him, sir, I have taken my eternal leave, sir, of the sex already, sir.
I'll plague him yet. Not know my wife, sir?
I do know your wife, sir. She's a woman, sir, and consequently a monster, sir.
Pray, Sir Jasper, let us be gone from this rude fellow.
Who by his breeding would think he had ever been in France?
He's but too much a French fellow, such as hate women of quality and virtue for their love to their husbands, Sir Jasper. But pray, let us be gone.
You do well, madam, for I have nothing that you came for. I have brought over not so much as a bawdy picture, no new positions.
What was it, you good?
He hates women perfectly, I find.
What pity 'tis he should.
Aye, he's a base, rude fellow for it. But affectation makes not a woman more odious to them than virtue.
Because your virtue is your greatest affectation, madam.
How, you saucy fellow? Would you wrong my honour?
If I could.
How do you mean, sir?
No, he can't wrong your ladyship's honour upon my honour. He, poor man, hark you in your ear, a mere eunuch.
Filthy French beast! So, why do we stay? Let us be gone. I can't endure the sight of him.
Nor can I stay longer. It is, let me see, a quarter of a minute past 11. The council will be sat. I must away. Business must be preferred always before love and ceremony with the wise, Mr. Horner.
And the impotent, Sir Jasper.
The impotent, yeah. Mr. Horner, your servant. I should be glad to see you at my house. Pray, come and dine with me and play at cards with my wife after dinner. You are fit for women at that game yet? 'Tis as much a husband's prudence to provide innocent diversion for a wife as to hinder her unlawful pleasures, and he had better employ her than let her employ herself. Farewell, Mr. Horner.
Your servant, Sir Jasper.
I will not stay with him.
Nay, nay, madam, I beseech you stay, if it be but to see I can be as civil to ladies yet as they would desire.
No, no, you cannot be civil to ladies.
You as civil as ladies would desire.
No.
Come, sister, quick.
When you go, don't leave me.
Brother, stay a while.
Now, I think I, or you yourself rather, have done your business with the women.
Thou art an ass, Doctor. Don't you see already, upon the report and my carriage, this grave man of business leaves his wife in my lodgings, invites me to his house and wife, who before would not be acquainted with me out of jealousy. Ask but all the young fellows of the town if they do not lose more time, like huntsmen, in starting the game than in running it down. One knows not where to find 'em, who will or will not. Women of quality are so civil you can hardly distinguish love from good breeding, and a man is often mistaken. But now I can be sure that she that shows an aversion to me loves the sport, as those women that are gone, whom I warrant to be right. And your women of honour, as you call them, are only chary of their reputations, not their persons, and 'tis scandal they would avoid, not men. Now may I have, by the reputation of an eunuch, the privileges of one, and be seen in a lady's chamber in a morning as early as her husband, kiss virgins before their parents or lovers, and may be, in short, the passepartout of the town. Now, Doctor.
Nay, now you shall be the doctor, and your process is so new that we do not know but it may succeed.
Not so new neither. Probatum est, Doctor.
Well, I wish you luck and many patience, whilst I go to mine.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Mr. Harcourt and Mr. Dorilant to see you, sir.
Come, Horner. Your appearance at the play yesterday has, I hope, hardened you for the future against the women's contempt and the men's raillery. And now you're abroad, as you were wont.
Did I not bear it bravely?
With our most theatrical impudence.
But what say the ladies? Have they no pity?
What ladies? The vizard masks, you know, never pity a man when all's gone, though in their service.
And for the women in the boxes, you'd never pity them when 'twas in your power.
They say 'tis pity, but all that deal with common women should be served so.
Nay, I dare swear they won't admit you to play at cards with them, go to plays with them, or do the little duties which other shadows of men are wont to do for 'em.
What do you call shadows of men?
Half men.
What, boys?
Your old boys, old beaux garçons, who, like superannuated stallions, are suffered to run, feed and whinny with the mares as long as they live, though they can do nothing else.
Well, a pox on love and wenching. Women serve but to keep a man from better company. Though I can't enjoy them, I shall you the more. Good fellowship and friendship are lasting, rational and manly pleasures.
For all that, give me some of those pleasures you call effeminate, too. They help to relish one another.
They disturb one another.
No, mistresses are like books. If you pore upon them too much, they doze you and make you unfit for company. But if used discreetly, you are the fitter for conversation by 'em.
A mistress should be like a little country retreat near the town, not to dwell in constantly, but only for a night and away, to taste the town the better when a man returns.
Come, for my part, I will have only those glorious manly pleasures of being very drunk and very sloppy.
Mr. Sparkish is below, sir.
What? My dear friend. A rogue that's fond of me only, I think, for abusing him.
Now, he can no more think that men laugh at him than that women jilt him. His opinion of himself is so good.
And you know, it is a very hard thing to be rid of him, for he's one of those nauseous offerers at wit who, like the worst fiddlers, run themselves into all companies.
One that, by being in the company of men of sense, would pass for one.
Oh, a pox on him, and all that force nature, and would be still what she forbids them. Affectation is her greatest monster.
Most men are the contrary as to what they would seem. Your bully, you see, is a coward with a long sword. The little humbly fawning physician with his ebony cane is he that destroys men.
Aye, and your arrantist cheat is your trustee or executor, your jealous man the greatest cuckold, your churchman the greatest atheist, and your noisy, pert rogue of a wit the greatest fop, dullest ass, and worst company, as you shall see, for here he comes.
Oh. Howist, Sparks? Howist? Well, faith, Harry, I must rally thee a little. Ha, ha, ha. Upon the reporting town of thee. Ha, ha, ha. I can't hold thee, faith. Shall I speak?
Yes, but you'll be so bitter then.
Honest Dick and Frank here shall answer for me. I will not be extreme bitter by the universe.
We will be bound in a £10,000 bond. He shall not be bitter at all.
Nor sharp, nor sweet.
Not downright insipid.
Nay, then, since you are so brisk and provoke me, take what follows. You must know, I was discoursing and rallying with some ladies yesterday, and they happened to talk of the fine new signs in town.
Very fine ladies, I believe.
Said I know where the best new sign is. Where? Says one of the ladies. In Covent Garden, I replied. Said another. In what street? In Russell Street, answered I. Lord, says another, I'm sure there never was a fine new sign there yesterday. Yes, but there was, said I again. And it came out of France, and has been there a fortnight.
A pox, I can hear no more, prithee.
No. Hear him out.
Nay, faith, I'll make you laugh. It cannot be, says a third lady. Yes, quoth I again. Says a fourth lady.
Oh, look, we'll have no more ladies.
No, then mark now, said I to the fourth. Did you never see Mr. Horner? He lodges in Russell Street, and he's a sign of a man, you know, since he came out of France. Ha, 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 ha.
But the devil take me if thine be the sign of a jest.
With that they all fell a-laughing, till they be-pissed themselves. Well, it does not move you, methinks. Well, I see one had as good go to law without a witness as break a jest without a laugher on one side. Come, Sparks. But where do we dine? I have left at Whitehall an earl to dine with you.
Why, I thought thou wouldst loved a man with a title better than a suit with a French trimming toot.
Go to him again. No, sir. A wit to me is the greatest title in the world.
But go dine with your earl, sir. He may be exceptious. We are your friends, and will not take it ill to be left, I do assure you.
Nay, faith, he shall go to him.
Nay, pray, gentlemen.
We'll thrust you out if you won't. What, disappoint anybody for us?
Nay, gentlemen, hear me.
No, sir, by no means. Pray go, sir.
White dear rogues.
No.
But Sparks, pray hear me. Do you think I'll eat then with gay, shallow fops and silent coxcombs? I think wit as necessary at dinner as a glass of good wine, and that's the reason I never have any stomach when I eat alone. Come, but where do we dine?
Oh, even where you will.
At Chatelaines?
Yes, if you will.
Or at the Cock?
Yes, if you please.
Or at the Dog and Partridge?
Aye, if you've a mind to it, for we shall dine at neither.
Cha! With your fooling we shall lose the new play, and I would no more miss seeing a new play the first day than I would miss sitting in the Wit's Row. Therefore, I'll fetch my mistress, and away.
Oh, his company is as troublesome to us as a cuckold's when you have a mind to his wife's.
No, the rogue will not let us enjoy one another, but ravishes our conversation.
Mr. Pinchwife, sir.
Pinchwife?
Gentlemen, your humble servant.
Well, Jack, by thy long absence from the town, the grumness of thy countenance, and the slovenliness of thy habit, I should give thee joy should I not have married.
Death! Does he know I'm married too? I thought to have concealed it from him at least.
My long stay in the country will excuse my dress, and I have a suit of law that brings me up to town that puts me out of humour. Besides, I must give Sparkish tomorrow £5,000 to lie with my sister.
Ooh, nay, you country gentlemen, rather than not purchase, will buy anything. And he's a cracked title, if we may quibble. Well, but am I to give thee joy? I heard thou wert married.
What then?
Why, the next thing that is to be heard is thou art a cuckold.
Insupportable name.
But I did not expect marriage from such a whoremaster as you, one that knew the town so much, and women so well.
Why, I have married no London wife.
That's all one. That grave circumspection in marrying a country wife is like refusing a deceitful, pampered Smithfield jade to go and be cheated by a friend in the country.
A pox on him and his simile.
At least we're a little sure of the breed there. Know what her keeping has been.
Come. I've known a clap gotten in Wales. And there are cousins, justices, clerks, and chaplains in the country. But she's handsome and young?
No, she has no beauty but her youth, no attraction but her modesty, wholesome, homely, and horsifly, that's all.
He talks as like a grazier as he looks.
She's too awkward, ill-favoured, and silly to bring to town.
Then methinks you should bring her, to be taught breeding.
To be taught? No, sir, I'll thank you. Good wives and private soldiers should be ignorant.
The rogue's as jealous as if his wife were not ignorant.
But prithee, Jack, why wouldst thou marry her? If she be ugly, ill-bred, and silly, she must be rich, then.
As rich as if she brought me £20,000 out of this town. for she'll be sure not to spend her moderate portion as a London baggage would be to spend hers. Let it be what it would. So 'tis all one. Then, because she's ugly, she's the likelier to be my own. Being ill-bred, she'll hate conversation, and since silly and innocent, not know the difference betwixt a man of 21 and 51.
9, to my knowledge. But if she be silly, she'll expect as much from a man of 59 as from him of 21. But methinks wit is more necessary than beauty, and I think no woman ugly that has it, and no handsome woman agreeable without it.
'Tis my maxim. He's a fool that marries, but he's a greater that does not marry a fool. What is wit in a wife good for, but to make a man a cuckold?
Yes, to keep it from his knowledge.
A fool cannot contrive to make her husband a cuckold.
No, but she'll club with a man that can. And what's worse, if she cannot make her husband a cuckold, she'll make him jealous, and pass for one, and then, well, 'tis all one.
Well, I'll take care for one. My wife shall make me no cuckold, though she had your help, Mr. Horner. I understand the town.
His help? He's newly come to town, it seems, and has not heard how things are with him.
But tell me, has marriage cured thee of whoring, which it seldom does?
'Tis more than age can do.
Aye, a gamester will be a gamester while his money lasts, and a whoremaster whilst his vigour.
Nay, I've known them when they're broke and can lose no more, keep a fumbling with the dice box in their hands to fool with only and hinder other gamesters.
That had wherewithal to make lusty stakes.
Well, gentlemen, you may laugh at me, but you shall never lie with my wife. I know the town.
But prithee, was not the way you were in better? Is not keeping better than marriage?
The pox on't. The jades will jilt me. I could never keep a whore to myself.
Oh, so then you only marry to keep a whore to yourself. Well, but let me tell you, women, as you say, are like soldiers, made constant and loyal by good pay, rather than by oaths and covenants. Therefore I'd advise my friends to keep rather than marry, since I too find, by your example, it does not serve one's turn. For I saw you yesterday in the 18-penny place with a pretty country wench.
How the devil? Did he see my wife, then? I sat there that she might not be seen, but she shall never go to a play again.
What? Dost thou blush at 59 for having been seen with a wench?
No, faith I warrant 'twas his wife, which he seated there out of sight, for he's a cunning rogue, and understands the town.
Yeah, he blushes, then 'twas his wife. For men are now more ashamed to be seen with them in public than with a wench.
Hell and damnation, I'm undone, since Horner has seen her, and they know 'twas she.
But prithee, was it thy wife? She was exceeding pretty. I was in love with her at that distance.
You're like never to be nearer to her. Your servant, gentlemen.
Nay, prithee stay.
I cannot, I will not.
Oh, come, you shall dine with us.
I have dined already.
Come, I know thou hast not. I'll treat thee, dear rogue. Thou shalt spend none of thy Yorkshire money today.
Treat me? So he uses me already like his cuckold.
Nay, you shall not go.
I must. I have business at home.
To beat his wife. He's as jealous of her as a Cheapside husband of a Covent Garden wife.
Why, 'tis as hard to find an old whoremaster without jealousy and the gout as a young one without fear or the pox. As gout in age from pox in youth proceeds, so wenching past, then jealousy succeeds, the worst disease that love and wenching breeds.
Pray, Sister Alithea, where are the best fields and woods to walk in London?
A pretty question. Why, Sister, Mulberry Garden and St James's Park, and for close walks the New Exchange.
Pray, Sister, tell me why my husband looks so grum here in town, and keeps me up so close, and will not let me go a-walking, nor let me wear my best gown yesterday.
Oh, he's jealous, Sister.
Jealous? What's that?
He's afraid you should love another man.
How should he be afraid of my loving another man, when he will not let me see any but himself?
Did he not carry you yesterday to a play?
Aye, but we sat amongst ugly people. He would not let me come near the gentry, who sat under us so that I could not see them. He told me none but naughty women sat there, whom they toused and moused. But I would have ventured for all that.
But how did you like the play?
Indeed, I was a-weary of the play. But I liked hugely the actors. They are the goodliest, properest men, Sister.
Oh, but you must not like the actors, Sister.
Aye, how should I help it, Sister?
Here comes your husband.
Pray, Sister, will you ask leave for me to go a-walking?
I'll ask, though I'm sure he'll not grant it.
He says he won't let me go abroad for fear of catching the pox.
The smallpox, you should say.
Oh, my dear, dear bud, welcome home. Why dost thou look so froppish? Who has nangered thee?
You're a fool.
Faith, so she is, for crying for no fault, poor tender creature.
What? You would have her as impudent as yourself? As arrant a Jill flirt, a gadder, a magpie, and to say all a mere notorious town woman?
Brother, you are my only censurer, and the honour of your family shall sooner suffer in your wife there than in me, though I take the innocent liberty of the town.
Hark you, mistress, do not talk so before my wife. The innocent liberty of the town.
Why, pray, who boasts of any intrigue with me? What lampoon has made my name notorious? What ill women frequent my lodgings? I keep no company with any women of scandalous reputations.
Now, you keep the men of scandalous reputations company.
Where? Would you not have me civil? Answer him in a box at the plays, in the drawing-room at Whitehall, in St. James's Park, Mulberry Gardens...
Hold! Do not teach my wife where the men are to be found. I believe she's the worse for your town documents already. I bid you keep her in ignorance, as I do.
Indeed, be not angry with her, bud. She will tell me nothing of the town, though I ask her 1,000 times a day.
Then you're very inquisitive to know, I find.
Not I, indeed, dear. I hate London. Our place house in the country is worth 1,000 oft. Would I were there again.
So you shall, I warrant. But were you not talking of plays and players when I came in? You are her encourager in such discourses, sister?
No, indeed, dear. She chibbed me just now for liking the player men.
Nay, if she be so innocent as to own to me her liking them, there's no hurt in't.
Come, my poor rogue, but thou likest none better than me.
Yes, indeed, but I do. The player men are finer folks.
But you love none better than me.
You are mine own dear bud, and I know you. I hate a stranger.
Aye, my dear, you must love me only, and not be like the naughty town women who only hate their husbands and love every man else. Love plays, visits, fine coaches, fine clothes, fiddles, balls, treats, and so lead a wicked town life.
Nay, if to enjoy all these things be a town life, London is not so bad a place, dear.
How? If you love me, you must hate London.
The fool has forbid me discovering to her the pleasures of the town, and he is now setting her agog upon them himself.
But, husband, do the town women love the player men too?
Yes, I warrant you.
I warrant you.
Why, you do not, I hope?
No, bud. But why have we no player men in the country?
Mrs. Minks, ask me no more to go to a play.
Nay, why, love? I did not care for going, but when you forbid me, you made me as 'twere desire it.
So it'll be in other things, I warrant.
Pray, let me go to a play, dear.
Hold your peace, I won't.
Why, love?
Why? I'll tell you. First, you like the actors, and the gallants may like you.
What? A homely country girl? No, bud, nobody'll like me.
I tell you, yes, they may.
No, you jest. I won't believe you. I will go.
I tell you, then, that one of the lewdest fellows in town who saw you there told me he was in love with you.
Indeed? Who? Pray, who was't?
I've gone too far and slipped before I was aware how overjoyed she is.
Was it any Yorkshire gallant? Any of our neighbours? I promise you I'm beholden to him.
I promise you lie. For he would but ruin you as he has done hundreds. He has no other love for women but that, such as he look upon women like basilisks, but to destroy you.
Aye, but if he loves me, why should he ruin me? Answer me to that. Methinks he should not. I would do him no harm.
'Tis very well, but I'll keep him from doing you any harm, or me either. Here comes company. Get you in.
But pray, husband, is he a pretty gentleman that loves me?
In, baggage, in! What? All the lewd libertines of the town brought to my lodging by this easy coxcomb Sparkish. Steph, I'll not suffer it.
Here, Harcourt, do you approve of my choice? Dear little rogue, Alithea, I told you I'd bring you acquainted with all my friends, the wits.
Good day, madam.
Aye. They shall know her as well as you yourself will, I warrant you.
This is one of those, my pretty rogue, that are to dance at your wedding tomorrow, and him you must bid welcome ever to what you and I have.
Monstrous.
Harcourt, How dost thou like her, Faith? Nay, dear, do not look down. I should hate to have a wife of mine out of countenance at anything.
Wonderful.
Tell me, I say, Harcourt, how dost thou like her?
So infinitely well that I could wish I had a mistress too that might differ from her in nothing but her love and engagement to you.
Sir, Master Sparkish has often told me that his acquaintance were all wits and railers, and now I find it.
No, by the universe, madam, he does not rally now, you may believe him. I do assure you, he's the honestest, worthiest, true-hearted gentleman, a man of such perfect honour, he would say nothing to a lady he does not mean.
Praising another man to his mistress.
Sir, you are so beyond expectation obliging.
Nay, egad, I am sure you do admire her extremely, I see it in your eyes. He does admire you, madam. By the world, don't you?
Yes, above the world. Or the most glorious part of it, her whole sex. Until now, I never thought I should have envied you, or any man about to marry, but you have the best excuse for marriage I ever knew.
Nay, now, sir, I am satisfied. You are of the society of the wits and railers. Since you cannot spare your friend, even when he is but too civil to you, but the surest sign is since you are an enemy to marriage. For that I hear you hate as much as business or bad wine.
Truly, madam, I was never an enemy to marriage till now, because marriage was never an enemy to me before.
But why, sir, is marriage an enemy to you now? Because it robs you of your friend here? For you look upon a friend married as one gone into a monastery, that is, dead to the world.
'Tis indeed because you marry him. I see, madam, you can guess my meaning. I do confess heartily and openly I wish it were in my power to break the match. By heaven, I would.
Poor Frank.
Would you be so unkind to me?
Oh, no. 'Tis not because I would be unkind to you.
Poor Frank. No, egad. 'Tis only his kindness to me.
Great kindness to him, indeed. Insensible fop. Let a man make love to his wife, to his face.
Come, dear Frank, for all my wife there that shall be, thou shalt enjoy me sometimes, dear rogue. By my honour, we men of wit condole for our deceased brother in marriage as much as for one dead in earnest. I think that was prettily said of me. God. But come, Frank, be not melancholy for me.
No, I assure you I am not melancholy for you.
Prithee, Frank, just think my wife that shall be there a fine person.
I could gaze upon her till I became as blind as you are.
How as I am? How?
Because you are a lover. And true lovers are blind, stock blind.
True, but by the world she has wit too, as well as beauty. Go with her into a corner and try if she has wit. Talk to her anything, she's bashful before me.
Indeed, if a woman wants wit in a corner, she has it nowhere.
Sir, you dispose of me a little before your time.
Nay, madam, let me have an earnest of your obedience. Or... Go, madam.
How, sir? If you're not concerned for the honour of a wife, I am for that of a sister. He shall not debauch her. Be a pander to your own wife? Bring men to her, let them make love before your face? Thrust them into a corner together, then leave them in private? Is this your town wit and conduct?
A silly wise rogue would make one laugh more than a stark fool. I shall burst. Nay, you shall not disturb them. I'll vex thee. By the world, stand back.
The writings are drawn, sir. Settlements made. 'Tis too late, sir, and past all revocation.
And so is my death.
I would not be unjust to him.
And why to me so?
I have no obligation to you.
My love.
I had his before.
You never had it. He wants, you see, jealousy, the only infallible sign of it.
Love proceeds from esteem. He cannot distrust my virtue. Besides, he loves me, or he would not marry me.
Marrying you is no more sign of his love than bribing your woman that he may marry you is a sign of his generosity. Marriage is rather a sign of interest than love. And he that marries a fortune covets a mistress, not loves her. But if you take marriage for a sign of love, take it from me immediately.
No. Now you've put a scruple in my head. But in short, sir, to end our dispute, I must marry him. My reputation would suffer in the world else.
No. If you do marry him, with your pardon, madam, your reputation suffers in the world. He's beneath an injury, a bubble, a coward, a senseless idiot, a wretch so contemptible to all the world but you that...
Do not rail at him! For since he is like to be my husband, I am resolved to like him. Nay, I think I am obliged to tell him you are not his friend. Master Sparkish! Master Sparkish!
What? Now, dear rogue, has she not wit?
Not so much as I thought and hoped she had.
Master Sparkish, do you bring people to rail at you?
Madam?
How now, but if he does rail at me, 'tis but in jest. I warrant what we wits do for one another and never take any notice of.
He spoke so scurrilously of you, I had no patience to hear him. Besides, he has been making love to me.
Oh, true, damn telltale woman.
Ha! To show his parts. We wits rail and make love often, but to show our parts. As we have no affections, so we have no malice.
He said you were a wretch below an injury.
Damned, senseless, impudent, virtuous jade. Well, since she won't let me have her, she'll do us good. She'll make me hate her.
A common bubble?
Ha!
A coward?
Ha!
A senseless, dribbling idiot!
How? Did he disparage my parts? Nay, then, my honour's concerned. I can't put up with that, sir, by the world. Brother Pinchwife, help me to kill him. I may draw now, since we have the odds of him. 'Tis a good occasion, too, before my mistress.
Hold!
What?
I must not let him kill the gentleman neither, for his kindness to me. I am so far from hating him that I wish my gallant had his personal understanding.
I'll be thy death!
Hold! Indeed, to tell the truth, the gentleman said, after all, that what he spoke was but out of friendship to you.
How? Say I am a fool? That is no wit? Out of friendship to me?
Yes, to try whether I was concerned enough for you, and made love to me only to be satisfied of my virtue, for your sake.
Kind, however.
Nay, if it were so, my dear rogue, I ask thee pardon, but why would not you tell me so, Faith?
Because I did not think on Faith.
Come. Harcourt, let's be gone to the new play. Come, madam.
I will not go if you intend to leave me alone in the box and run into the pit as you used to do.
I'll leave Harcourt with you in the box to entertain you, and that's as good. Come away, Harcourt. Lead her down.
Your arm, madam.
Well, go thy ways. For the flower of the true town fops, such as spend their estates before they come to 'em, and are cuckolds before they're married. But let me go look to my own freehold. But who comes here now? Oh, Lady Fidget and other women of the town.
Your servant, sir. Where is your lady? We are come to wait upon her to the new play.
New play?
And my husband will wait upon you presently.
Madam, by no means. I will not see Sir Jasper here till I have waited upon him at home, nor shall my wife see you till she has waited upon your ladyship at your lodgings.
Now we are here, sir.
No, madam.
Pray, let us see her.
We will not start till we see her.
She has locked the door and gone abroad.
No, you have locked the door and she's within.
They told us below she was here.
Well, it must out then. To tell you the truth, ladies, which I was afraid to let you know before, lest it might endanger your lives, but my wife has, just now, the smallpox come upon. Do not be frightened, ladies, but pray be gone, ladies. You shall not stay here in danger of your lives. Pray, get you gone, ladies.
No, we have all had 'em. Is that not so, Sister Dainty, Mrs. Squeamish?
Aye.
Alack.
Come, we must see how it goes with her. I understand the disease.
Well, there is no being too hard for women at their own weapon, lying. Therefore I'll quit the field.
Good day, ladies.
Here's an example of jealousy.
Indeed, Mrs. Squeamish. As the world goes, I wonder there are no more jealous, since wives are so neglected.
As the world goes, to what end should they be jealous?
'Tis a nasty world.
That men of parts, great acquaintance and quality should take up with, and spend themselves and fortunes in keeping little playhouse creatures.
Nay, that women of understanding, great acquaintance and good quality should fall a keeping too of little creatures.
Why, 'tis the men of quality's fault. They never visit women of honour and reputation as they used to do, and have not so much as common civility for ladies of our rank, but use us with the same indifferency and ill-breeding as if we were all married to 'em.
She says true. 'Tis an arrant shame women of quality should be so slighted. Methinks birth birth should go for something. I have known men admired, courted, and followed for their titles only.
Aye, one would think men of honour should not love no more than marry, out of their own rank.
Fie upon 'em. They are come to think cross-breeding for themselves best, as well as for their dogs and horses.
Their dogs and horses for it, Sister Dainty.
One would think if not for love, for vanity a little.
Nay, they do satisfy their vanity upon us sometimes, and are kind to us in their report. Tell all the world they lie with us.
Damned rascals! To report a man has had a person, when he has not had a person, is the greatest wrong in the whole world that can be done to a person.
Well, it's an arrant shame noble persons should be so wronged and neglected.
But 'tis still an arrant shame for a noble person to neglect her own honour, and defame her own noble person with little inconsiderable fellows. Faugh!
I suppose the crime against our honour is the same with a man of quality as with another?
Ah, no, sure. The man of quality is like one's husband, and therefore the fault should be the less.
But then the pleasure should be the less.
Fie, for shame, sister. Whither shall we ramble? Be continent in your discourse, or I shall hate you.
Besides, an intrigue is so much the more notorious for the man's quality.
'Tis true, nobody takes notice of a private man, and therefore with him 'tis more secret, and the crime's the less when 'tis not known.
You say true. I think you're right, Aunt. 'Tis not an injury to a husband till it be an injury to our honours. So that a woman of honour loses no honour with a private person. And to say truth...
So, the little fellow is grown a private person. With her, Mrs. Squeamish?
Oh, but still, my dear... Dear Honour!
Aye, my dear, dear of honour, thou hast still so much honour in thy mouth.
That she has none elsewhere.
Oh, what do you mean, Sir Jasper, to bring in these upon us?
Oh, Honour and Dorilant, these are as bad as wit.
Let us leave the room.
Stay. Faith, to tell you the naked truth...
Sir Jasper, do not use that word, naked.
Well, in short, I have business at Whitehall and cannot go to the play with you. Therefore, I would have you go...
With these two to a play?
No, not with Dorilant, but with Mr. Horner. There can be no scandal to go with him.
With that nasty fellow, no. No!
Nay, prithee, dear, hear me.
What?
Hear me.
Ladies.
Stand off.
Do not approach us.
You herd with wits. You are obscenity all over.
And I would as soon look upon a picture of Adam and Eve without fig leaves as any of you, if I could help it. Therefore, keep off and do not make us sick.
What a devil are these?
Why, these are pretenders to honour, as critics to wit, only by censoring others.
Come, Mr. Horner, I must desire you to go with these ladies to the play, sir.
Aye, sir.
Aye, come, sir.
I must beg your pardon, sir, and theirs. I will not be seen in women's company in public again for the world.
Ha! Strange aversion.
'Tis a greater shame amongst lewd fellows to be seen in virtuous women's company than for the women to be seen with them.
Indeed, madam. The time was I only hated virtuous women, but now I hate the other two. I beg your pardon, ladies.
You are very obliging, sir, because we would not be troubled with you.
In sober sadness he shall go.
Nay, if he will not, I am ready to wait upon the ladies, and I think I am the fitter man.
You, Master Dorilant? No, I thank you for that. Master Horner is a privileged man amongst the virtuous ladies. 'Twill be a great while before you are so. He's my wife's gallant. No, pray withdraw, sir, for as I take it, the virtuous ladies have no business with you.
And I am sure he can have none with them. 'Tis strange a man can't come among virtuous women now, but upon the same terms as men are admitted to the great Turk's seraglio. But heavens keep me from being an ombre player with them. But where is Pinchwife?
Oh, come, Master Horner. What, avoid the sweet society of womankind? That sweet, soft, gentle, tame, noble creature, woman, made for man's companion.
So is that soft, gentle, tame, and more noble creature a spaniel, and has all their tricks. Can fawn, lie down, suffer beating, and fawn the more. Barks at your friends when they come to see you, makes your bed hard, gives you fleas, and the mange sometimes. And all the difference is, the spaniel's the more faithful animal, and fawns but upon one master.
What the rude beast!
Insolent brute!
Brute! Stinking, mortified, rotten French weather! To death!
Hold, and please your ladyship. For shame, Master Horner. Your mother was a woman. Now I shall never reconcile them. Hark you, madam. Take my advice in your anger. You know you often want one to make up your drolling pack of ombre players, and you may cheat him easily. for he's an ill gamester and consequently loves play.
But are you sure he loves play and has money?
He loves play as much as you, and has money as much as I.
Then I am contented to make him pay for his scurrility. Money makes up in a measure all other wants in men.
So, now to mollify, to wheedle him. Dear Master Horner, will you never keep civil company? Methinks 'tis time now, since you are only fit for them. Come, man. You must e'en fall to visiting our wives, eating at our tables, drinking tea with our virtuous relations after dinner, dealing cards to 'em, reading plays and gazettes to 'em, picking fleas out of their poodles for 'em.
I hope they'll afford me better employment, sir.
'Tis fit you know your work before you come into your place. And since you are unprovided of a lady to flatter, and a good house to eat at, pray, frequent mine, and call my wife mistress, and she shall call you gallant, according to the custom.
Who, I?
Faith, thou shalt for my sake. Come, for my sake only.
For your sake.
Come, ladies. Here's a gamester for you. Let him be a little familiar sometimes, nay, or if a little rude. Gamesters may be rude with ladies, you know.
Yes, losing gamesters have a privilege with women.
I always thought the contrary, that the winning gamester had most privilege with women. For when you've lost your money to a man, you'll lose anything you have, all you have, they say, and he may use you as he pleases.
Well, win or lose, you shall have your liberty with her.
As he behaves himself, and for your sake I'll give him admittance and freedom.
All sorts of freedom, madam?
Aye. All sorts of freedom thou canst take. And so go to her. Begin thy new employment. Wheedle her, jest with her. And be better acquainted one with another.
I think I know her already, therefore may venture with her my secret for hers. Lady Fidget, a word with you, pray.
Master Horner.
Please.
Sister, cousin, I have provided an innocent playfellow for you there.
Who? He? There's a playfellow indeed.
Yeah, sure. What? He is good enough to play at cards, blind man's buff, or the fool with sometimes.
Oh, we'll have no such playfellows.
No, sir. You shan't choose playfellows for us. We thank you.
Nay, pray hear me. Hear me, ladies.
But, poor gentleman, could you be so generous, so truly a man of honour, as for the sakes of us women of honour to cause yourself to be reported no man? No man? And to suffer yourself the greatest shame that could fall upon a man, that none might fall upon us women by your conversation? But indeed, sir, as perfectly the same man as before your going into France, sir. As perfectly, sir.
As perfectly, madam. Nay, I scorn you should take my word. I desire to be tried only, madam.
Well, that's spoken again like a man of honour. All men of honour desire to come to the test, and I have so strong a faith in your honour, dear, noble sir, that I'd forfeit mine for yours at any time, dear sir.
No, madam, you should not need to forfeit it for me. I have given you security already to save you harmless, my late reputation being so well known in the world, madam.
But if upon any future falling out, or upon a suspicion of my taking the trust out of your hands to employ some other, you yourself should betray your trust, dear sir. I mean, if you'll give me leave to speak obscenely, you might tell, dear sir.
If I did, nobody would believe me. The reputation of impotency is as hardly recovered again in the world as that of cowardice, dear madam.
Nay, then, as one may say, you may do your worst, dear sir.
Come, is your ladyship reconciled to him yet? Have you agreed on matters? For I must be gone to Whitehall.
Why, indeed, Sir Jasper, Master Horner is 1,000,000 times a better man than I thought him.
Oh.
Cousin Squeamish, Sister Dainty, I can name him now. Truly, not long ago, you know, I thought his very name obscenity, and I would have soon have lain with him as have named him.
Very likely, poor madam.
I believe it.
No doubt on't.
Well, that your ladyship is as virtuous as any she I know, and him all the town knows. Therefore, now you like him, get you gone to your business together. Go to your business, I say, pleasure, whilst I go to my pleasure, business.
Come then, dear gallant.
Come away, my dearest mistress.
So, why, 'tis as I'd have it.
And as I'd have it.
Who for his business from his wife will run, takes the best care to have her business done.
Sister, what ails you? You grow melancholy.
Would it not make anyone melancholy to see you go every day fluttering about abroad, whilst I must stay at home like a poor, lonely, sullen bird in a cage?
Aye, sister, but you came young and just from the nest to your cage, so that I thought you liked it, and could be as cheerful in it as others that took their flight themselves early and are hopping abroad in the open air.
Nay, I confess I was quiet enough, till my husband told me what pure lives the London ladies live abroad. With their dancing and meetings and junketings, and dressed every day in their best gowns. And I warrant you play at ninepins every day of the week, so they do.
Come, what's here to do? You're putting the town pleasures in ahead and setting her a longing.
Yes, after ninepins. You suffer none to give her those longings you mean but yourself.
I tell her of the vanities of the town like a confessor.
A confessor? Just such a confessor as he that, by forbidding a silly ostler to grease the horse's teeth, taught him to do it.
Well, tomorrow night I shall be rid of you. And the next day, before 'tis light, she and I will be rid of the town. And my dreadful apprehensions. Oh, come, Margery. Be not melancholy, for thou shalt go into the country after tomorrow, dearest.
Pish! What'd you tell me of the country for?
How's this? What? Pish of the country?
Let me alone. I am not well.
Oh, if that be all. What ails, my dearest?
Truly, I don't know. But I have not been well since you told me there was a gallant at the play in love with me.
Ha!
That's by my example, too.
Nay, if you're not well, but are so concerned because a lewd fellow chanced to lie and say he liked you, you'll make me sick, too.
Of what sickness?
Oh, of that which is worse than the plague. Jealousy.
Oh, pish, you jeer. I'm sure there's no such disease in our receipt book at home.
No, thou never medst with it, poor innocent. Well, if thou cuckold me, 'twill be my own fault, for cuckolds and bastards are generally makers of their own fortune.
Well, but pray, Bud, let's go to a play tonight.
But why are you so eager to see a play?
Faith, dear, not that I care one pin for their talk there, but I would like to look upon the player men, and would see if I could the gallant you say loves me. That's all, dear Bud.
Is that all, dear Bud?
This proceeds from my example.
But if the play be done, let's go abroad however, dear Bud.
Come, have a little patience, and thou shalt go into the country on Friday.
Therefore, I would see first some sights to tell my neighbours of. Nay, I will go abroad.
I'm the cause of this desire too.
But now I think on't, who was the cause of Horner's coming to my lodgings today? That was you, sister.
No, you, because you would not let him see your handsome wife out of your lodging.
Why, oh Lord, did the gentleman come hither to see me indeed?
No. You're not the cause of that damn question too, Mistress Alithea.
Well, she's in the right of it. He is in love with my wife and comes after her, 'tis so, but I'll nip his love in the bud, lest he should follow us into the country and break his chariot wheel near our house on purpose for an excuse to come to't. But I think I know the town.
Come, pray, Bud, let's go abroad before 'tis late. For I will go, that's flat and plain.
So, the obstinacy already of the town wife, and I must, while she's here, humour her like one.
Sister, how shall we do that she may not be seen or known?
Let her put on her mask.
A mask? That makes people the more inquisitive, and is as ridiculous a disguise as a stage beard. A shape, stature, habit will be known. And if we should meet with Horner, he'd be sure to take acquaintance with us. Must wish her joy, kiss her, talk to a leer upon her, and the devil and all know I'll not use her to a mask.
How will you do, then?
Nay, shall we go? The exchange will be shut, and I've a mind to see that.
So, I have it. I'll dress her up in the suit we're to carry down to her brother, little Sir James. I understand the town tricks. Come, let's go dress her. A mask? No. A woman masked like a covered dish gives a man curiosity and appetite when it may be uncovered, would turn his stomach. No.
Indeed, your comparison is something a greasy one. But I had a gentle gallant used to say, a beauty masked, like the sun in eclipse, gathers together more gazers than if it shined out.
Good, Cuddly!
Engaged to women and not sup with us?
Aye, a pox on 'em all.
You were a much more reasonable man in the morning.
Did I ever think to see you keep company with women in vain?
In vain? No. 'Tis since I can't love 'em to be revenged on 'em. I converse with 'em as you do with rich fools, to laugh at 'em and use 'em ill.
But I would no more sup with women unless I could lie with them than sup with a rich coxcomb unless I could cheat 'em.
But do the ladies drink? Yes, sir, and I shall have the pleasure at least of laying 'em flat with a bottle.
But hark you, sir, before you go, a little of your advice. An old maimed general, when unfit for action, is fittest for counsel. I have other designs upon women than eating and drinking with them. I'm in love with Sparkish's mistress, whom he's to marry tomorrow. Now, how shall I get her?
Have you any plays? Yes, sir.
Why, here comes one who'll help you to her.
Ah, yes. Here's Tarugo's Wilds. And the Slighted Maiden. I'll take them both.
He, I tell you, is my rival and will hinder my love.
No, a foolish rival and a jealous husband assist their rival's designs, for they're sure to make their women hate them, which is the first step to their love for another man.
But I cannot come near his mistress but in his company.
Still the better for you, for fools are most easily cheated when they themselves are accessories, and he is to be bubbled of his mistress as of his money, by keeping him company.
Who is that is to be bubbled? Faith, let me snack. I aren't met with the bubble since Christmas.
Oh, pox, he did not hear all, I hope.
Come, you bubbling rogues, you, where do we sup? Oh, Harcourt, my mistress tells me you have been making fierce love to her all the play long. Ha, ha.
I make love to her.
I forgive thee, for I think I know thee and I know her, but I am sure I know myself.
Did she tell you so? I see all women are like these of the exchange, who, to enhance the price of their commodities, report to their fond customers offers which were never made 'em.
Aye, women are as apt to tell before the intrigue as men after it, and so show themselves the vainer sex. But hast thou a mistress, Sparkish? It is as hard for me to believe it as thou had ever hadst a bubble, as you bragged just now.
Oh, your servant, sir, are you at your raillery, sir? That we were some of us beforehand with you today at the play. The wits were something bold with you, sir. Did you not hear us laugh?
Yes, but I thought you'd gone to plays to laugh at the poet's wit, not at your own.
Your servant, sir, no, I thank you. Gad, I go to a play as to a country treat. I carry my own wine to one and my own wit to t'other, or else I'm sure I should not me bury it either.
Ah, but who comes here, Sparkish?
Oh, hide me, Harcourt. There's my mistress with her maid and my brother-in-law to be.
She sees you.
But I will not see her. 'Tis time to go to Whitehall.
Pray, first carry me and reconcile me to her.
Another time. Faith, the king will have supped.
Not with the worst stomach for thy absence.
Ha, I know my interest, sir. Prithee, hide me.
Your servant, Pinchwife. What? He knows us not.
Come along, Sir James.
Pray, have you any ballads?
Give me sixpennyworth.
We have no ballads, young sir.
Then give me Covent Garden jewellery. And a play or two.
No, plays are not for your reading. Come along. Will you discover yourself? Come, Sister Alithea.
Who's that pretty youth with him, Sparkish?
I believe he's White's brother, because he's something like her, but I never saw her but once.
Extremely handsome. I've seen a face like it, too. Let us follow him, Dorilant.
Come, Sparkish. Your mistress saw you and will be angry you go not to her. Besides, I would fain be reconciled to her, which none but you can do, dear friend.
Well, that's a better reason, dear friend. I would not go near her now for hers or mine own sake, but I can deny you nothing. For though I have known thee a great while, I love thee as well as a new acquaintance.
No, I'm obliged to you indeed, dear friend. I would be well with her, only to be well with thee still. For these ties to wives usually dissolve all ties to friends. I would be contented she should enjoy you a nights, but I would have you to myself a days, as I have had, dear friend.
And thou shalt enjoy me a days, dear, dear friend, never stir. And I'll be divorced from her sooner than from thee. Come along.
So, we are hard put to it when we make our rival our procurer. But neither she nor her brother would let me come near her now. When all's done, a rival is the best cloak to steal to a mistress under, without suspicion. And when we've once got her as we desire, we throw him off like other cloaks.
Sister, if you will not come, we must leave you. What a swarm of cuckolds and cuckold makers are here. Come, let's be gone, Mistress Margery.
Don't you believe that? I ain't half my belly full of sights yet.
Oh, then walk this way.
Lord, what a power of brave signs are here. Stay, the bull's head,
The ram's head and the stag's head, dear.
Nay, if every husband's proper sign here were visible, they would be all alike.
What do you mean by that, Bud?
'Tis no matter, Bud.
Pray tell me. Nay, I will know.
They would be all bulls, stags, and rams' heads. Let's be gone, I say.
Dear madam, for my sake you shall be reconciled to him.
For your sake, I hate him.
Well, that's something too cruel, madam, to hate me for his sake.
Ah, indeed, madam. Too cruel to me, to hate my friend for my sake.
I hate him because he is your enemy, and you ought to hate him too for making love to me if you love me.
That's a good one. I hate a man for loving you. If he did love you, 'tis but what he can't help, and 'tis your fault, not his, if he admires you. I hate a man for being of my opinion. I'll ne'er do it, by the world.
Is it for your honour or mine to suffer a man to make love to me, who am to marry you tomorrow?
Is it for your honour or mine to have me jealous? That he makes love to you is a sign you are handsome, and that I am not jealous. It is a sign you are virtuous.
Are you not afraid to lose me?
He afraid to lose you, madam? No, you may see how the most estimable and most glorious creature in the world is valued by him. Will you not see it?
Right, honest Frank. I have that noble value for her that I cannot be jealous of her.
You mistake him. He means you care not for me, nor who has me.
Lord, madam, will you wrest a poor man's meaning from his words?
You astonish me, sir, with your want of jealousy.
And you make me giddy, madam, with your jealousy and fears and virtue and honour. Gad, I see virtue makes a woman as troublesome as a little reading or learning.
Monstrous! Come, Lucy, let's away.
Well, to see what easy husbands these women of quality can meet with. A poor chambermaid can never have such ladylike luck.
I tell you then plainly, Mr. Harcourt pursues me to marry me.
Come, madam, you see you strive in vain to make him jealous of me. My dear friend is the kindest creature in the world to me.
Poor fellow.
But his kindness only is not enough for me without your favour, your good opinion, dear madam. 'Tis that must perfect my happiness. Good gentleman, he believes all I say. Would you do so? Jealous of me? I would not wrong him nor you for the world.
Look you there. Hear him, madam, and do not walk away so.
Lucy, I say come.
I love you, madam.
How's that? Nay, now you begin to go too far indeed.
So much, I confess, I say I love you, that I would not have you miserable, and cast yourself away upon so unworthy and inconsiderable a thing as what you see here.
No, faith, I believe thou wouldst not. Now his meaning is plain. But I knew before, Frank, thou wouldst not wrong me. Nor her.
No. Heavens forbid the glory of her sex should fall so low as into the embraces of such a contemptible wretch, the least of mankind, my friend here. I injure him.
No, dear friend, I knew it. Madam, you see he will rather wrong himself than me in giving himself such names.
Do not you understand him yet?
Yes. How modestly he speaks of himself, poor fellow.
Methinks he speaks impudently of yourself, since before yourself too, insomuch that I can no longer suffer his scurrilous abusiveness to you, no more than his love to me.
Nay, madam, pray stay. His love to you? Lord, madam, has he not spoke yet plain enough?
Yes, indeed, I should think so.
Well, then, by the world, a man can't speak civilly to a woman now, but presently, she says, he makes love to her. Nay, madam, you shall stay, with your pardon, since you have not yet understood him, till he has made an éclaircissement of his love to you, that is, what kind of love it is. Answer to thy catechism, friend. Do you love my mistress here?
Yes, I wish she would not doubt it.
But how do you love her?
With all my soul.
I thank him. Methinks he speaks plain enough now.
You are mistaken still. But with what kind of love, Harcourt?
With the best and the truest love in the world.
Look you there, then. That is with no matrimonial love, I'm sure.
How's that? Do you say matrimonial love is not best?
Gad, I went too far ere I was aware. But stay, madam. Faith, you shan't go till...
Have a care, lest you make me stay too long.
Till he has saluted you, that I may be assured you are friends. Come, pray, madam, be friends with him. Kiss.
Come, said James, this way.
You must pardon me, sir, that I'm not yet so obedient to you.
What? Invite your wife to kiss men? Monstrous. Are you not ashamed, sister? I will never forgive you.
Are you not ashamed, brother, that I should have more confidence in the chastity of your family than you have? You must not teach me. I am a man of honour, sir. Though I am frank and free, I am frank, sir.
Very frank, sir, to share your wife with your friends.
He is an humble, menial friend, such as reconciles the differences of the marriage bed. You know man and wife do not always agree. I design him for that use, therefore would have him well with my wife.
A menial friend. You'll get a great many menial friends by showing your wife as you do.
What then? It may be I have a pleasure in't, as I have to show fine clothes at a playhouse the first day, and count money before poor Rose.
He that shows his wife or money will be in danger of having them borrowed sometimes.
I love to be envied, and would not marry a wife that I alone could love. Loving alone is as dull as eating alone. Is it not a frank age? And I am a frank person, and to tell you the truth, I love to have rivals in a wife. They make her seem to a man still but as a kept mistress. And so, good night, for I must to Whitehall. Madam, I hope you are now reconciled to my friend, and so I wish you a good night, madam, and sleep if you can, for tomorrow, you know, I must visit you early with the canonical gentleman. Good night, dear Harcourt.
Madam, I hope you will not refuse my visit tomorrow if it should be earlier with a canonical gentleman than Mr. Sparkish's.
This gentlewoman is yet under my care, therefore you must yet forbear your freedom with her, sir.
Must, sir?
Yes, sir, she is my sister.
'Tis well she is, sir, for I must be her servant, sir, madam.
Come away, sister. We'd been gone if it had not been for you, and so avoided these lewd rake hells who seem to haunt us.
How now, Pinchwife?
Oh, your servant, Horner, Dorilant.
What? I see a little time in the country makes a man turn wild and unsociable, and only fit to converse with his horses, dogs, and his herds.
I have business, sir, and must mind it. Your business is pleasure, therefore you and I must go different ways.
Well, you may go on, but this pretty young gentleman,
the Lady Alithea,
and her maid,
Oh, sir.
shall stay with us, for I suppose their business is the same as ours. Pleasure.
'Sdeath, he knows her she carries it so sillily. Yet if he does not, I should be more silly to discover it first.
Pray, let us go, sir.
Come, come.
Had you not rather stay with us? Prithee, Pinchwife, who is this, pretty young gentleman?
One to whom I'm a guardian.
Who is he? I never saw anything so pretty in all my life.
Do not look upon him so much. He's a poor, bashful youth. You'll put him out of countenance. Come, away, brother.
Oh, your brother.
Yes, my wife's brother. Come. She'll stay supper for us.
I thought so, for he is very like her I saw you at the play with, whom I told you I was in love with.
Oh, Jiminy. Is that he that was in love with me? I'm glad on't I vow, for he's a curious fine gentleman, and I love him already too.
Come away.
Why? What haste are you in? Why won't you let me talk with him?
Because you'll debauch him. He's yet young and innocent, and I would not have him debauched for anything in the world.
How she gazes on him, the devil.
Harcourt, Dorilant, look you here. This is the likeness of that dowdy he told us of, his wife. Did you ever see a lovelier creature? Oh, the rogue has reason to be jealous of his wife, since she is like him. For she would make all that see her in love with her.
And, as I remember now, she is as like him here as can be.
She is indeed very pretty, if she be like him.
Very pretty, a very pretty commendation. She is a glorious creature, beautiful beyond all things I ever beheld.
So
more beautiful than a poet's first mistress of imagination.
Or another man's last mistress of flesh and blood.
Nay, now you jeer, sir. Pray don't jeer me.
Come.
By heaven, she'll discover herself.
I speak of your sister, young sir.
Aye, but saying she was handsome, if like him, made him blush.
I am upon a rack.
Methinks he is so handsome, he should not be a man.
Oh, there, 'tis out. He has discovered her. I'm not able to suffer any longer.
Come away, Sir James, away, I say.
Nay, by your leave, sir, he shall not go yet. Harcourt, Dorilant, let us torment this jealous rogue a little. How? I'll show you.
Come, pray, let him go. I cannot stay fooling any longer. I tell you, his sister stays supper for us.
Does she? Well, come then, we'll all go sup with he and thee.
No, now I think on't, having stayed so long for us, I warrant she's gone to bed. Come, Sir James, I must rise early tomorrow. Come.
Well then, if she be gone to bed, I wish her and you a good night. But pray, young gentleman, present my humble service to her.
Thank you heartily, sir.
Tell her, dear sweet little gentleman, for all your brother there, that you have revived the love I had for her at first sight in the playhouse.
But did you love her indeed and indeed?
Away, I say.
Nay, stay. Yes, indeed and indeed. Pray do tell her so, and give her this kiss from me.
Oh, heavens, what do I suffer? Now 'tis too plain he knows her.
And this. And this.
What do you kiss
ask me for? I am no woman.
So there, 'tis out.
Come, I cannot nor will not stay any longer.
Nay, they shall send your lady a kiss too. Here, Harcourt, Dorilant, will you not?
How do I suffer this? Was I not accusing another just now for this rascally patience in permitting his wife to be kissed before his face? Oh, 10,000 ulcers gnaw away their lips.
Come, come.
Good night, dear little gentleman. Farewell, Pinchwife. Did I not tell you I'd raise his jealous
So, gone at last. Stay, wait here a moment. Let me see first if the coach be ready to take us from this place.
What? Not gone yet? Will you be sure to do as I desired you, sweet sir?
Sweet sir, but what will you give me then?
Anything. Come away into the next walk.
Oh, sir.
Hold! What do you do?
Stay, hold!
Hold, madam, hold. Let him give him a present. He'll come presently. Nay, I will never let you go till you answer my question.
For God's sake, sir, I must follow him.
No, I have something to present you with too, Lucy. You shan't follow them.
Where? How? What's become of... Gone? Whither?
He's only gone with a gentleman who'll give him something, an't please your worship.
Something? Give him something? With the pox? Where are they?
In the next walk only, brother.
Only? Where? Where?
What's the matter with him? Why so much concerned? But, dearest madam...
Pray, let me go, sir. I have said and suffered enough already.
Then you will not look upon nor pity my sufferings?
To look upon them when I cannot help them were cruelty, not pity. Therefore I will never see you more.
Let me, then, madam, have my privilege of a banished lover, complaining or railing, and giving you but a farewell reason why, if you cannot condescend to marry me, you should not take that wretch my rival.
He only, not you, since my honour is engaged so far to him, can give me a reason why I should not marry him. But, if he be true, and what I think him to me, I must be so to him. Your servant, sir.
What the... Have women only constancy when 'tis a vice, and are like fortune only true to fools?
Now, Mistress Lucy, thou shalt not stir, thou robust creature. You see, I can deal with you. Therefore you should stay the rather, and be kind.
Gone! Not to be found! Quite gone! 10,000 plagues go with them. Which way went they?
But into t'other walk, brother.
Their business will be done presently, sure, an't please your worship. It can't be long in doing, I'm sure on't.
Are they not there?
No! You know where they are, you infamous wretch! Eternal shame of your family, which you do not dishonour enough yourself, you think, but you must tell her to do it too! Thou legion of boors!
Good brother!
Down! Sister!
Looky here, she's coming.
What?
Oh, dear bud, look you hear what I have got, see? All these fine fruits, oranges, cherries and plums.
And what I have on my forehead which you can't see.
The fine gentleman has given me better things yet.
Has he so?
Out of breath and coloured, I must hold yet.
I've only given your little brother an orange, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You've only squeezed my orange, I suppose, and given it me again. Yet I must have a city patience.
Come away.
Stay till I've put up my fine things, bud.
Master Horner! Oh, Master Horner, come. The ladies stay for you. Your mistress, my wife, wonders you make not more haste to her.
I've stayed this half hour for you here, Sir Jasper, and 'tis your fault I'm not now with your wife.
But pray don't let her know so much. The truth on't is, I was advancing a certain project to His Majesty about, I'll tell you.
No, let's go and hear it at your house. Good night, sweet little gentleman. One kiss more. You'll remember me now, I hope.
Oh, come away, brother.
Presently, bud. I don't know where to put this orange, dear bud. You shall eat it. Nay, you shall have part of the fine gentleman's good things, or treat as you call it, when we come home.
Indeed, I deserve it, since I furnished the best part of it. The gallant treats, presents, and gives the ball, but 'tis the absent cuckold pays for all.
madam. Now have I dressed you and set you out with so many ornaments, and spent upon you ounces of essence and pulvilio, and all this for no other purpose but as people adorn and perfume a corpse for a stinking second-hand grave, such, or as bad, I think, Master Sparkish's bed.
Hold your peace, Lucy.
Nay, madam. I will ask you the reason why you would banish poor Master Harcourt for ever from your sight. How could you be so hard-hearted?
'Twas because I was not hard-hearted.
No, 'twas stark love and kindness, I warrant.
It was so. I would see him no more, because I love him.
Heyday, a very pretty reason.
Come, pray, talk you no more of Master Harcourt. I wish the other would come to secure my fidelity to him, and his right in me.
You will marry him, then?
Certainly. I have given him already my word, and will my hand too, to make it good when he comes.
Well, I wish I may never stick pin more, if he be not an arrant natural to t'other fine gentleman.
I own he wants the wit of Harcourt, which I will dispense withal for another want he has, which is want of jealousy, which men of wit seldom want.
Lord, madam, what should you do with a fool to your husband? You intend to be honest, don't you? Then that husbandly virtue credulity is thrown away upon you.
He only that could suspect my virtue should have cause to do it. 'Tis Sparkish's confidence in my truth that obliges me to be so faithful to him.
You're not sure his opinion may last?
I am satisfied. 'Tis impossible for him to be jealous after the proofs I have had of him. Jealousy in a husband, heaven defend me from it. It begets 1,000 plagues to a poor woman, the loss of her honour, her quiet, and
her pleasure.
What do you mean, impertinent?
Liberty is a great pleasure, madam.
I say loss of her honour, her quiet, nay, her life sometimes, and what's as bad almost, the loss of this town. That is, she is sent into the country, which is the last ill usage of a husband to a wife, I think.
Madam, your humble servant, a happy day to you, and to us all. Amen.
Who have we here?
My chaplain, Faith. Come in, sir, come in. Oh, madam, poor Harcourt remembers his humble service to you, and, in obedience to your last commands, refrains coming into your sight.
Is not that he?
No, fine, no. But to show that he ne'er intended to hinder our match, he has sent his brother here to join our hands. When I get me a wife, I must get her a chaplain, according to the custom. That is his brother and my chaplain.
His brother?
And your chaplain to preach in your pulpit, then, madam?
His brother?
Nay, I knew you would not believe it. I told you, sir, she would take you for your brother, Frank.
Oh, Frank.
Believe it.
His brother. Here's a trick left still, it seems.
Come, my dearest, pray let us go to church before the canonical hour is past.
To shame you are abused still.
By the way, 'tis strange. Now you are so incredulous.
'Tis strange you are so credulous.
Dearest of my life, hear me. I tell you this is Ned Harcourt of Cambridge by the world. You see, he has a sneaking college look. 'Tis true he's something like his brother Frank, and they differ from each other no more than in their age, for they are twins.
Your servant, sir. I cannot be so deceived, though you are. But come, let's hear. How do you know what you affirm so confidently?
Why, I'll tell you all. Frank Harcourt, coming to me this morning to wish me joy and present his service to you, I asked him if he could help me to a parson, whereupon he told me he had a brother in town who was in orders, and he went straight away and sent him, you see there, to me.
Yes, Frank goes and puts on a black coat, then tells you he is Ned. That's all you have for it.
Ha ha! I tell you, by the same token, the midwife put her garter about Frank's neck to know them asunder, they were so alike.
Frank tells you this too?
Aye, and Ned there too.
So very foolish.
Let's see. Nay, I'll be sworn he has the canonical smirk, and a filthy clammy palm of a chaplain.
Well, most reverend doctor, pray let us make an end of this fooling.
Oh, so be it, seraphic lady. When your honour shall think it meet and convenient, so to do.
Gad, I'm sure none but a chaplain could speak so, I think.
Let me tell you, sir, this dull trick will not serve your turn. Though you delay our marriage, you shall not hinder it.
Oh, far be it from me, munificent patroness, to delay your marriage. I desire nothing more than to marry you presently, which I might do if you yourself would. For my noble, good-natured, and thrice generous patron here would not hinder it.
No, poor man, not I, Faith.
And now, madam, let me tell you plainly, nobody else shall marry you. By heavens, I'll die first, for I'm sure I should die after it.
Now his love has made him forget his function, as I've seen it in real parsons.
Was that spoken like a chaplain too? Now you understand him, I hope.
Oh, man, he takes it heinously to be refused. But you'll pardon me, madam, it shan't be. He shall marry us. Come away, pray, madam.
More ado, 'tis late. Invincible stupidity. I tell you, he would marry me as your rival, not as your chaplain.
Come, madam.
I pray, madam, do not refuse this reverend divine the honour and satisfaction of marrying you, for I dare say has set his heart upon its good doctor.
What can you hope or design by this?
I could answer her a reprieve for a day only often revokes a hasty doom. At worst, if she will not take mercy on me and let me marry her, I have at least the lover's second pleasure, hindering my rival's enjoyment, though but for a time.
Come, madam, 'tis e'en 12 o'clock, and my mother charged me never to be married out of the canonical hours. Come, Lord, here's such a deal of modesty, I warrant, on the first day.
Yes, and please your worship, married women show all their modesty the first day, because married men show all their love the first day.
Come, tell me, I say.
Lord, and I told it 100 times over.
I would try, if in the repetition of the ungrateful tale I could find her altering it in the least circumstance. For if her story be false, she is so too.
Come, how was't, baggage?
Lord, what pleasure you take to hear it, sure.
No, you take more in telling it, I find. But speak, how was't?
He carried me up into the house next to the exchange.
So, and you two were only in the room?
Yes, for he sent away a youth that was there for some dried fruit and China oranges.
Did he? So damn him for it, and for...
But presently came up the gentlewoman of the house.
Oh, 'twas well she did. But what did he do whilst the fruit came?
He kissed me 100 times, and told me he fancied he kissed my fine sister, meaning me, you know, whom he said he loved with all his soul, and bid me be sure to tell her so, and to desire her to be at her window by 11 of the clock this morning, and he would walk under it at that time.
And he was as good as his word, very punctual. A pox reward him for it.
Well, and he said if you were not within, he would come up to her, meaning me, you know, bud, still.
So, he knew her, certainly. But for this confession I'm obliged to her simplicity.
But what? You stood very still when he kissed you?
Yes, I warrant you. Would you have had me discovered myself?
But you told me he did some beastliness to you, as you call it. What was't?
Why, he put...
What?
He put the tip of his tongue between my lips, and so mouthed me. And I said I'd bite it.
An eternal canker, seize it for a dog.
Nay, you need not be so angry with him neither. For to say truth, he has the sweetest breath I ever knew.
The devil! You were satisfied with it then, and would do it again?
Not unless he should force me.
Force you, changeling? I tell you, no woman can be forced.
Yes, but she may sure by such a one as he. For he's a proper, goodly, strong man. 'Tis hard, let me tell you, to resist him.
So, 'tis plain she loves him. Yet she has not love enough to make her conceal it from me. But the sight of him will increase her aversion for me and love for him, and that love instruct her how to deceive me and satisfy him, all idiot as she is. Love, 'twas he gave women first their craft, their art of deluding. Out of nature's hands they came plain, open, silly, and fit for slaves, as she in heaven intended them. But damned love, well, I must strangle that little monster whilst I can deal with him.
Go, fetch pen, ink, and paper out of the next room.
Yes, bud.
Why should women have more invention in love than men? It can only be because they have more desires, more soliciting passions, more lust, and more of the devil.
I have them, bud.
Come, minx, sit down and write.
I did, bud, but I can't do it very well.
I wish you could not at all.
But what should I write for?
I'll have you write a letter to your lover.
Oh, Lord. To the fine gentleman a letter?
Yes, to the fine gentleman.
Lord, you do but jeer. Sure you jest.
I'm not so merry. Come, write as I bid you.
What? Do you think I am a fool?
She's afraid I would not dictate any love to him, therefore she's unwilling.
You'd best begin.
Indeed and indeed, but I won't, so I won't.
Why?
Because he's in town.
You may send for him if you will.
Ha! You would have him brought to you. Has it come to this? I say, take the pen and write, or you'll provoke me.
Lord, what do you make a fool of me for? Don't I know that letters are never written from the country to London and from London into the country? Now he's in town and I am in town too. Therefore I can't write to him, you know.
So, I'm glad it is no worse. She is innocent enough yet.
Yes, you may. When your husband bids you, write letters to people that are in town.
Oh, may I so? Then I'm satisfied.
Come, begin.
Sir.
Shan't I say dear sir? You know one says always something more than bare sir.
Write as I bid you, or I will write whore with this penknife in your face.
They could but... Sir.
Though I suffered last night your nauseous, loathed kisses and embraces, write.
Nay, why should I say so? You know I told you he had a sweet breath.
Write.
Let me but put out loathed.
Right, I say.
Oh, well then.
Well, let's see what you have writ. Though I suffered last night your kisses and embraces, that impudent creature where is nauseous and loathed.
I can't abide to write such filthy words.
Once more, write as I'd have you, and question it not, or I will spoil thy writing with this. I will stab out those eyes that cause my misery.
Oh, Lord! I will.
So let's see now. Though I suffered last night your nauseous, loathed kisses and embraces, go on. Yet I would not have you presume that you shall ever repeat them.
I have writ it.
On then. I then concealed myself from your knowledge to avoid your insolences. The same reason, now I am out of your hands, makes me own to you my unfortunate, though innocent frolic of being in man's clothes.
So?
That you may forevermore cease to pursue her who hates and detests you.
So?
What do you say? Detests you as much as she loves her husband and her honour.
I vow, husband, he'll ne'er believe I should write such a letter.
What? You'd expect a kinder from you? Come, now your name only.
What? Shan't I say your most faithful, humble servant till death?
No, tormenting fiend.
Her style, I find, would be very soft.
Come, wrap it up now, whilst I go and fetch wax and a candle, and write on the backside for Mr. Horner.
For Mr. Horner. So I am glad he has told me his name. Dear Mr. Horner. But why should I send thee such a letter that will vex thee and make thee angry with me? Well, I will not send it. Ay, but then my husband will kill me, for I see plainly he won't let me love Mr. Horner. But what care I for my husband? I won't send poor Mr. Horner such a letter. But then my husband... But oh... What have I writ at bottom? My husband made me write it. Ay, but then my husband would see it. Stay. What if I should write a letter and wrap it up like this and write upon it too? Ay, but then my husband would see it. I don't know what to do. But yet I'll try, so I will, for I will not send this letter to poor Mr. Horner, come what will on't. Dear, sweet Mr. Horner, my husband would have me send you a base, rude, unmannerly letter, but I won't, and would have me forbid you loving me, but I won't, and would have me say to you, I hate you, poor Mr. Horner, but I won't tell a lie for him. There. For I'm sure, if you and I were in the country at cards together, I could not help treading on your toe under the table, or rubbing knees with you, and staring in your face till you saw me, and then looking down and blushing for an hour together, So... But I must make haste before my husband comes. And now he has taught me to write letters, you shall have longer ones from me, who am, dear, poor, dear Mr. Horner, your most humble friend, and servant to command till death, Margery Pinchwife. Now, wrap it up just like t'other. So, now write for Mr. Horner. Oh, here comes my husband.
What have you done?
Aye, bud. Just now.
What do you tremble for? What? You would not have it go? Here's the waxen seal. Give it to me.
Lord, you think me so arrant a fool I cannot seal a letter? I will do it, so I will.
Nay, I believe you will learn that and other things too, which I would not have you.
So, and to done it curiously? I think I have. There's my letter going to Mr. Horner, since he'll needs have me send letters to folks.
'Tis very well, but I warrant you, you would not have it go now?
Yes, indeed, but I would, bud. Now...
Well, you're a good girl, then. Come, let me lock you up in your chamber till I come back.
Oh, bud.
And be sure you come not out within 3 strides of the window when I'm gone, for I have a spy in the street. At least 'tis fit she thinks so. If we do not cheat women, they'll cheat us. And fraud may be justly used with secret enemies, of which a wife is the most dangerous. And he that has a handsome one to keep must provide against treachery rather than open force. Now I have secured all within, I'll deal with the foe without, with false intelligence.
Well, sir, how fadges the new design? Have you not the luck of all your brother projectors to deceive only yourself at last?
No, good Dominie Doctor, I deceive you, it seems, and others too, for the grave matrons and old rigid husbands think me as unfit for love as they are. But their wives, sisters and daughters know, some of them, better things already.
Already?
Already, I say. Last night I was drunk with 6 of your civil persons, as you call them, and people of honour, and so was made free of their society and dressing-rooms for ever hereafter, and am already come to the privileges of sleeping upon their pallets, warming smocks, tying shoes and garters and the like, already. Already, Doctor.
You have made good use of your time, sir.
I tell you, I'm now no more interruption to 'em when they sing or talk bawdy than a little squab French page who speaks no English.
But do civil persons and women of honour drink and sing bawdy songs?
Oh, amongst friends, amongst friends. For your bigots in honour are just like those in religion. They fear the eye of the world more than the eye of heaven.
Master Horner! Master Horner!
Now talk we of women of honour. Here comes one. Stay behind the screen there, and but see if I have not particular privileges with the women of reputation already, Doctor. Already.
I'll observe with interest, sir.
Well, Horner, am I not a woman of honour? You see, I'm as good as my word.
And you shall see, madam, I'll not be behindhand with you in honour. And I'll be as good as my word too, if you please, but to withdraw into the next room.
But first, my dear sir, you must promise to have a care of my dear honour.
If you talk a word more of your honour, you'll make me incapable to wrong it. To talk of honour in the mysteries of love is like talking of heaven or the deity in an operation of witchcraft just when you're employing the devil. It makes the charm impotent.
No, fie, let us not be smutty. But you talk of mysteries and bewitching to me. I don't understand you.
I tell you, madam, the word money in a mistress's mouth at such a nick of time is not a more disheartening sound to a younger brother than that of honour to an eager lover like myself.
But you can't blame a lady of my reputation to be chary.
Chary? I've been chary of it already by the report I've caused of myself.
Aye, but if you should ever let other women know that dear secret, it would come out. Nay, you must have a great care of your conduct, for my acquaintance are so censorious. Oh, 'tis a wicked censorious world, Mr. Horner. I say are so censorious and detracting that perhaps they'll talk to the prejudice of my honour, though you should not let them know the dear secret.
Nay, madam, rather than they shall prejudice your honour, I'll prejudice theirs. And to serve you, I'll lie with them all, make the secret their own, and then they'll keep it. I am a Machiavel in love, madam.
Oh, no, sir, not like that.
Nay, the devil take me if censorious women are to be silenced any other way.
A secret is better kept, I hope, by a single person than a multitude. Therefore, pray do not trust anybody else with it. Dear Mr. Horner.
How now?
My husband! Prevented! And what's almost as bad, found with my arms about another man. That will appear too much. What shall I say?
Sir Jasper, come hither. I am trying if Mr. Horner were ticklish, and he's as ticklish as can be. I love to torment the confounded toad. Let you and I tickle him.
Oh, no. Your ladyship will tickle him better without me, I suppose. Yeah, but is this your buying china? I thought you'd been at the China House.
China House, that's my cue, I must take it. A pox! Can't you keep your impertinent wives at home? Some men are troubled with the husbands, but I with the wives. But I'd have you to know, since I cannot be your journeyman by night, I will not be your drudge by day, to squire your wife about and be your man of straw or scarecrow only to pies and jays that would be nibbling at your forbidden fruit. I shall be shortly the hackneyed gentleman usher of the town.
Poor fellow. He's in the right, Aunt Faith. To squire women about for other folks is as ungrateful an employment as to tell money for other folks. Be not angry, Horner.
No, 'tis I have more reason to be angry, who am left by you to go abroad indecently alone, or, what is more indecent, to pin myself upon such ill-bred people of your acquaintance as this is.
Nay, prithee, what has he done?
Nay, he has done nothing.
Well, what do you take ill if he's done nothing?
Faith, I can't but laugh, however. Why, do you think the unmannerly toad would come down to me to the coach? I was fain to come up to fetch him, or go without him, which I was resolved not to do, for he knows China very well, and has himself very good, but will not let me see it, lest I should beg some. But I will find it out, and have what I came for yet. I'll go through here.
Lock the door, madam. Ah, so she's gone into my chamber and locked me out. Oh, the impertinency of womankind.
At my first coming in and finding her arms about him, tickling him, it seems, I was half jealous. But now I see my folly. Poor Horner.
Ah, women! More impertinent, more cunning, and more mischievous than their monkeys, and to me, almost as ugly. Now is she throwing my things about and rifling all I have. But I'll get into her the back way, and so rifle her for it.
Poor angry Horner.
Stay here a little, I'll ferret her out to you presently, I warrant.
Wife! My Lady Fidget, wife! He's coming into you the back way.
Let him come, and welcome, which way he will.
He'll catch you and use you roughly and be too strong for you.
Don't you trouble yourself. Let him, if he can.
Oh, Sir Jasper, your servant.
Mrs. Squeamish?
Where is this woman-hater, this toad, this ugly, greasy, dirty sloven?
So, the women all will have him ugly. Methinks he is a comely person, but his wants make his form contemptible to him. And 'tis e'en as my wife said yesterday, talking of him, that a proper handsome eunuch was as ridiculous a thing as a gigantic coward.
Where is the odious beast?
He's within in his chamber with my wife. She's playing the wag with him.
Is she so? And he's a clownish beast. He'll give her no quarter. He'll play the wag with her again, let me tell you. Come, let's go help her. What? The door's locked.
My wife locked it.
Did she so? Let's break it open then.
No, he'll do her no harm.
No. But is there no other way to get into him? Whither goes this passageway? I will disturb him.
Where is this harlotry, this impudent baggage, this rambling tomrig? Oh, Sir Jasper. Oh, I'm glad to see you here. Did you not see my vile grandchild come in hither just now?
Yes, Lady Squeamish.
Aye, but where is she then? Where is she? Oh, Lord, Sir Jasper, I've even rattled myself to pieces in pursuit of her. But can you tell me what she makes here? They say below no woman lodges here.
No man neither. This is Mr. Horner's lodging.
What? Oh, is it so? Are you sure?
Yes.
Oh, then there's no heart in it, I hope. But where is he?
He's in the next room with my wife.
Oh, no. If you trust him with your wife, I may with my biddy. They say he's a merry, harmless man, though. Even as harmless a man as ever came out of Italy with a good voice, and as pretty. Harmless company for a lady as a snake without his teeth.
Aye, poor man.
I can't find them. Oh, are you here, Grandmother?
Aye.
I followed, you must know, my Lady Fidget hither. 'Tis the prettiest lodging, and I have been staring on the prettiest pictures.
And I've been toiling and moiling for the prettiest piece of china, my dear.
Nay, she's been too hard for me. Do what I could.
Oh, Lord. I'll have some china too. Good Mr. Horner. Don't think to give other people china and me none. Come in with me too.
Upon my honour, I have none left.
Nay. I have known you deny your china before now, but you shan't put me off, so come.
This lady had the last there.
Yes, indeed, madam. To my certain knowledge, he has no more left.
Oh, but it may be. He may have some you could not find.
What, do you think if he'd had any left, I would not have had it too? For we women of quality never think we have china enough.
Do not take it ill. I cannot make china for you all, but I will have a roll wagon for you too, another time.
Thank you, dear Toad.
What do you mean by that promise, Horner?
Alas, she has an innocent, literal understanding.
Oh, poor Mr. Horner. He has enough to do to please you all, I see.
Aye, madam, you see how they use me.
Oh, poor gentleman. I pity you.
Aye, thank you, madam. I could never find pity but from such reverend ladies as you are.
Oh.
The young ones will never spare a man.
Come, beast, and go dine with us, for we shall want a man at cards after dinner.
That's all their use of me, madam, you see.
Come, Sloven, I'll lead you to be sure of you.
Oh, alas, poor man, how she tugs him. Oh, kiss her. That's the way to make such women quiet.
No, madam, that remedy is worse than the torment. They know I dare suffer anything rather than do it.
Oh, prithee, kiss her. I'll give you her picture in little that you so admired last night. Prithee, do.
Well, nothing but that could bribe me. I love a woman only in effigy, and good painting as much as I hate them. I'll do it, for I could adore the devil well painted.
Oh, you filthy toad! Nay, now I've done jesting.
I told you so.
No, a kiss of his
has no more hurt in than one of my spaniels.
Nor no more good neither.
Master Horner!
Oh, Lord, here's the man! Sir Jasper! My mask! I would not be seen here for the world!
What? Not when I am with you?
No, my honour! Let's be gone!
Grandmother, let's be gone. Make haste. I know not how he may censure us.
Be found in the lodging of anything like a man. Away! Please, give me my mask.
What's here? Another cuckold? He looks like one, and none else sure have any business with him.
Well, what brings my dear friend Pinchwife hither?
Your impertinency.
My impertinency? Why, you gentlemen that have got handsome wives think you have a privilege of saying anything to your friends and are as brutish as if you were our creditors.
No, sir. I'll ne'er trust you anyway.
Oh, but why not, dear Jack? Why distrust in me thou know'st so well?
Because I do know you so well.
Well then, dear Jack, why so unkind, so grum, so strange to me? Come, prithee kiss me, dear rogue. Gad, I was always, I say, and am still as much thy servant as...
As I am yours, sir. What? You would send a kiss to my wife, is that it?
So there it is. A man can't show his friendship to a married man, but presently he talks of his wife to you. Prithee, let thy wife alone, and let thee and I be all kindness, as we were wont.
But you're over-kind to me. As kind as if I were your cuckold already. Yet I must confess you ought to be kind and civil to me, since I'm so kind, so civil to you, as to bring you this. Look you there, sir.
What is't?
Only a love letter, sir.
For whom? How? This is from your wife.
Even from my wife, sir. Am I not wondrous kind and civil to you now, too?
But you'll not think her so.
Huh. Is this a trick of his or hers?
The gentleman's surprised, I find. What, you expected a kinder letter?
No, faith, not I. How could I?
Yes, I'm sure you did. A man so well made as you are must needs be disappointed if the women declare not their passion at first sight or opportunity.
But what should this mean? Stay, the postscript. Be sure you love me whatsoever my husband says to the contrary, and let him not see this, lest he should come home and pinch me, or kill my squirrel. It seems he knows not what the letter contains.
Come, now wonder at it so much.
Faith, I can't help it.
Now, I think I have deserved your infinite friendship and kindness, and have shown myself sufficiently an obliging, kind friend and husband, am I not so, to bring a letter from my wife to her gallant?
Aye, the devil take me. Art thou the most obliging, kind friend and husband in the world?
Well, you may be merry, sir, but in short, I must tell you, sir, my honour will suffer no jesting.
What does that mean?
Does the letter want a comment? Then no, sir. Though I have been so civil a husband as to bring you a letter from my wife to let you kiss and court her to my face, I will not be a cuckold, sir, I will not.
Thou art mad with jealousy. I never saw thy wife in my life but at the play yesterday, and I know not if it was she or no. I caught her, kiss her.
I will not be a cuckold, I say. There will be danger in making me a cuckold.
Why? Wert thou not well cured of thy last clap?
I wear a sword.
It should be taken from thee, lest thou should do thyself a mischief with it. Thou art mad, man.
As mad as I am, and as merry as you are, I must have more reason from you ere we part. I say again, though you kissed and courted last night my wife in man's clothes, as she confesses in her letter, both she and I say you must design it again, for you have mistaken your woman, as you have done your man.
Oh, I understand something now. Was that thy wife? Why wouldst thou not tell me 'twas she? Faith, my freedom with her was your fault, not mine.
Faith, so 'twas.
Fie, I'd never do it to a woman before her husband's face, sure.
But I had rather you should do it to my wife before my face than behind my back, and that you shall never do.
No, you will hinder me.
If I would not hinder you, you see by her letter she would.
Well, I must e'en acquiesce then, and be contented with what she writes.
I'll assure you 'twas voluntarily writ. I had no hand in't, you may believe me.
I do believe thee, faith.
And believe her too, for she's an innocent creature, and has no dissembling in her. And so, fare you well, sir.
Pray, however, present my humble service to her, and tell her I will obey her letter to a tittle, and fulfil her desires, be what they will.
Well then, fare you well, and play with any man's honour but mine, kiss any man's wife but mine, and welcome.
Doctor?
It seems he has not heard the report of you, or does not believe it.
Now, Doctor, what think you?
But pray, let's see the letter. For, dear, love you.
I wonder how she could contrive it. What sayst thou to it?
I will henceforth believe it not impossible for you to cuckold the Sultan of Turkey amidst his guards of eunuchs, that I say.
And I say, for the letter, 'tis the first love letter that ever was without flames, darts, fates, destinies, lying and dissembling it.
Well, 'tis e'en so. I have got the London disease they call love. I am sick of my husband, and for my gallant. I have heard this distemper called a fever, but methinks 'tis like an ague. For when I think of my husband, I tremble, and am in a cold sweat, and have inclinations to vomit. But when I think of my gallant, dear Mr. Horner, my hot fit comes, and I am all in a fever indeed. And as in other fevers, my own chamber is tedious to me, and I would fain be removed to his. And then methinks I should be well. Oh, poor Mr. Horner. Well, I cannot, will not stay here. Therefore, I'll make an end of my letter to him, which shall be a finer letter than my last, because I have studied it like anything. Oh, sick, sick. Oh.
What? Writing more letters?
Oh, Lord, Bud, why'd you fright me so?
How's this? Nay, you shall not stir, madam. Dear, dear, dear Mr. Horner, very well. I've taught you to write letters to good purpose, but let us see't. First, I am to beg your pardon for my boldness in writing to you, which I'd have you to know I would not have done, had not you said first you loved me so extremely, which if you do, you will never suffer me to lie in the arms of another man whom I loathe, nauseate, and detest. Now you can write these filthy words, and what follows? Therefore, I hope you will speedily find some way to free me from this unfortunate match, which was never, I assure you, of my choice. But I'm afraid 'tis already too far gone. However, if you love me as I do you, you will try what you can do, but you must help me away before tomorrow, or else, alas, I shall be forever out of your reach, for I can defer no longer what is to follow our? Speak, what? Oh, A journey into the country, I suppose. Oh, woman, damned woman, and love, damned love, their old tempter. Come, take the pen, and make an end of the letter, just as you intended. If you are false in a tittle, I shall soon perceive it and punish you with this as you deserve. What follows our...
Must all out then, Bud. Look you there, then.
Let's see. For I can defer no longer our... wedding. Your slighted Alithea. What's the meaning of this? My sister's name, Toot? Speak. Unriddle.
She'll be angry with me, but I'd rather she should be angry with me than you, Bud. And to tell you the truth, 'twas she made me write the letter and taught me what I should write.
Ha! I thought the style was somewhat better than her own.
But how could she come to you to teach you since I had locked you up alone?
Oh, through the keyhole, Bud.
But why should she make you write a letter for her to him since she can write herself?
Why, she said because... for I was unwilling to do it.
Because what? Because
lest Mr. Horner should be cruel and refuse her, or be vain afterwards and show the letter she might disown it, the hand not being hers.
How's this? Huh? Then I think I shall come to myself again. This changeling could not invent this lie. Stay, now I think on two. Her disowning her marriage to me makes me think she has evaded it for Horner's sake. Yet why should she take this course? But men in love are fools. Women may well be so.
But hark you, madam. Your sister went out in the morning, and I have not seen her within since.
Alack a day, she has been crying all day above, it seems, in a corner.
Where is she? Let me speak with her.
Oh, Lord, then she'll discover all. Pray hold, Bud. What? Do you mean to discover me? She'll know I have told you then. Pray, Bud, let me talk with her first.
I must speak with her to know whether Horner ever made her any promise and whether she be married to Sparkish or no.
Pray, dear, but don't till I have spoken with her and told her that I have told you all, for she'll kill me else.
Go then, and bid her come out to me.
Yes, Bud. I'll go, but she is not within to come to him. I have just got time to know of Lucy, her maid, what lie I should tell next, for I am e'en at my wit's end.
Go quickly.
Yes, dear Bud.
Well, now resolve it. Horner shall have her. I'd rather give him my sister than lend him my wife, and such an alliance will prevent his pretensions to my wife, sure. I'll make him of kin to her, and then he won't care for her.
Oh, Lord, Bud, I told you what anger you would make me with my sister.
Won't she come hither?
No. Alack a day, she's ashamed to look you in the face. And she says, if you go into her, she'll run away downstairs and shamefully go herself to Mr. Horner, who has promised her marriage, she says. And she will have no other, so she won't.
Did he so? Promise her marriage? Then she shall have no other. Go, tell her so. And if she will come and discourse with me a little concerning the means, I will about it immediately. Go.
Yes, dear Bud.
His estate is equal to Sparkish's, and his extraction was much better than his, as his parts are. But my chief reason is, I'd rather be akin to him by the name of brother-in-law than that of cockhold. Well, what says she now?
Why, she says she would only have you lead her to Horner's lodging, with whom she first will discourse the matter before she talks with you, which yet she cannot do. For alack, poor creature, she says she can't so much as look you in the face. Therefore, she'll come to you in a mask, and you must excuse her if she make you no answer to any question of yours till you have brought her to Mr. Horner. And if you will not chide her, nor question her, she'll come out to you immediately.
Let her come. I will not speak a word to her, nor require a word from her.
Oh, I forgot. Besides, she says she cannot look you in the face, though through a mask. Therefore we desire you to put out the candle.
I agree to all. Let her make haste. There. The candle is out. Well, wife and sister are names which make us expect love and duty, pleasure and comfort. But we find them plagues and torments, and are equally, though differently, troublesome to their keeper. For we have as much ado to get people to lie with our sisters as to keep them from lying with our wives. What? Are you come, sister? Well, let us go then.
Master Horner, what becomes of that intrigue to cuckold Pinchwife? Did his wife not send you a letter by him?
Yes, Doctor, but that's a riddle I've not yet solved. Allow the poor creature to be willing. She is silly, too, and he keeps her up so close.
So close that he makes her but the more willing.
Mr. Pinchwife, sir, and a lady, masked.
What? Here's the man we're talking of. What means this?
The last time, you know, sir, I brought you a love letter. Now you see a mistress. I think you'll say I'm a civil man to you.
Aye, the devil take me, I'll say thou art the civilest man I ever met with.
She's a relation of mine.
Is she, faith, man? Thou art still more civil and obliging, dear rogue.
Who desired me to bring her to you.
Then she is obliging, dear rogue.
You'll make her welcome for my sake, I hope?
Well, I hope she's handsome enough to make herself welcome. Prithee, let her unmask.
She signals that she would whisper something to you.
Oh, madam? She says she must speak with me in private. Withdraw, prithee.
Well then, I'll leave you together, and hope when I am gone you will agree. If not, you and I shan't agree, sir.
What means the fool? If she and I agree, 'tis no matter what you and I do.
In the meantime, I'll fetch a parson and find out Sparkish and disabuse him. You would have me fetch a parson, would you not, madam? Well then, now I think I am rid of her, and shall have no more trouble with her. Our sisters and daughters, like usual, as money are safest when put out, but our wives, like their writings, never safe, but in our closets, under lock and key. Farewell.
Sir Jasper Fidget, sir, is coming up.
Oh, a pox on him. Has he not enough to do to hinder his wife's sport that he must other women's too? Step in here, madam.
My best and dearest friend.
The old style, Doctor. Well, be short, for I am busy. What would your impertinent wife have now?
Well, guess to faith, for I do come from her.
To invite me to supper? Tell her I can't come.
Nay, now you are out, faith. For my lady and the whole knot of the virtuous gang, as they call themselves, are resolved upon a frolic of coming to you tonight in a masquerade, and are all dressed already.
I shan't be at home.
Lord, how churlish she is to women. Nay, prithee don't disappoint 'em. They'll think 'tis my fault, prithee don't. But make no noise on't, for the poor virtuous rogues would not have it known for the world that they go a-masquerading, and they would come to no man's ball but yours.
Well, well, get you gone, and tell 'em if they come, 'twill be at the peril of their honour and yours.
We'll trust you for that. Farewell.
Doctor, anon you too shall be my guest. But now I'm going to a private feast.
But who would have thought a woman could have been false to me? By the world, I could not have thought it.
You were forgiving and taking liberty? She has taken it only, sir. Now you find in that letter, you are a frank person, and so is she. You see there.
Nay, if this be her hand. For I never saw it.
It is no matter whether that be her hand or no. I'm sure this hand and her desire led her to Mr. Horner, with whom I left her just now, to go fetch a parson to 'em at their desire too, to deprive you of her forever. For it seems yours was but a mock marriage.
Indeed. She would needs have it that 'twas Harcourt himself in a parson's habit that married us. But I'm sure he told me 'twas his brother Ned.
Oh, there it is out. And you were deceived, not she, for you're such a frank person. But I must be gone. You'll find her at Mr. Horner's. Go, and believe your eyes.
Nay, I'll to her, and call her as many crocodiles, sirens, harpies, and other heathenish names as a poet would to a mistress who had refused to hear his verses on her. But stay, is not that she following a torch at t'other end of the piazza with her maid? And from Horner's, certainly, 'tis so. You are well met, madam, though you don't think so. What, you have made a short visit to Mr. Horner? But I suppose you'll return to him presently. By that time, the parson can be with him.
Mr. Horner and the parson, sir?
Come, madam. No more dissembling, no more jilting, for I am no more a frank person.
How's this?
So, 'twill work, I see.
Could you find no easy country fool to abuse? None but me, a gentleman of wit and pleasure about the town.
You have been too merry, sir, at your wedding dinner, sure.
What, do you mock me too?
Or you have been deluded.
By you.
Let me understand you.
Have you the confidence, I should call it something else since you know your guilt, to stand my just reproaches? You did not write an impudent letter to Mr. Horner, who I find now has clubbed with you in deluding me with his aversion for women, that I might not, forsooth, suspect him for my rival.
Do you think the gentleman can be jealous now, madam?
I write a letter to Mr. Horner?
Nay, madam, do not deny it. Your brother showed it me just now, and told me likewise he left you at Horner's lodging to fetch a parson to marry you to him, and I wish you joy, madam. Joy, joy. And to him, too, much joy, and to myself, more joy, for not marrying you.
So I find my brother would break off the match, and I can consent to it, since I see this gentleman can be made jealous. Oh, Lucy, by his rude usage and jealousy, he makes me almost afraid I am married to him. Art thou sure 'twas Harcourt himself, and no parson, that married us?
I suppose that was a contrivance, too, of Mr. Horner's and yours, to make Harcourt play the parson, but I would as little as you have him won now. No, not for the world. For shall I tell you another truth? I never had any passion for you till now, for now I hate you. And to show my unconcernedness, I'll come to your wedding, and resign you with as much joy as I would a stale wench to a new cully, nay, with as much joy as I would after the first night if I had been married to you. There's for you. And so, your servant.
How was I deceived in a man?
You'll believe then a fool may be made jealous now.
But marry Mr. Horner? My brother does not intend it, sure. If I thought he did, I would take thy advice, and Mr. Harcourt for my husband.
Lady Fidget, Mrs. Dainty Fidget and Mrs. Squeamish, sir.
Pox! They're come too soon, before I've sent back my new mistress. All that I have to do now is lock the door of my chamber, that they may not see her.
That we may be sure of our welcome, we have brought our entertainment with us, and are resolved to treat thee, dear Toad.
And that we may be merry to purpose, have left Sir Jasper and my old lady Squeamish quarrelling at home at backgammon.
Let us make use of our time, lest they should chance to interrupt us.
Let us sit, then.
Now, first, that you may be private, let me lock this door and I'll wait upon you presently.
No, sir, shut 'em only, and your lips forever, for we must trust you as much as our women.
You know all vanity's killed in me. I have no occasion for talking.
Now, ladies, supposing we had drunk, each of us 2 bottles, let us speak the truth of our hearts.
Agreed.
By this brimming glass, for truth is nowhere else to be found, not in thy heart, false man.
You have found me a true man, sure.
Not every way, but let us sit and be merry.
Dear Brimmer. Well, in token of our openness and plain dealing, let us throw our masks over our heads.
So 'twill come to the glasses anon.
Oh, lovely Brimmer.
Let me enjoy him first.
No, Mrs. Squeamish, I never part with a gallant till I've tried him. Dear Brimmer, that makes our husbands short-sighted.
And our bashful gallant.
Oh, and for want of a gallant, the butler lovely in our eyes.
Drink, drink, thou representative of a husband. Damn a husband.
Damn a husband.
And, as it were a husband, an old keeper.
And an old grandmother.
And an English board. And a French surgeon.
Aye, we have all reason to curse them.
For my sake, ladies.
No, for our own. Pray, tell me, Beast, when you were a man, why you rather chose to club with a multitude in a common house for an entertainment than be the only guest at a good table?
Why, faith, people always eat with the best stomach at an ordinary, where every man is snatching for the best bit.
Though he get a cut over the fingers. But I have heard that people eat most heartily of another man's meat. That is, what they do not pay for.
When they are sure of their welcome and freedom.
Well, then, let me tell you, sir, there is nowhere more freedom than in our houses. And a person may be as free as he pleases with us, as frolic, as gamesome, as wild as he will.
Wait. Hadn't I heard you all declaim against wildness?
Yes, but for all that, we think wildness in a man as desirable a quality as in a duck or rabbit, a tame man.
Well, I know not, but your reputations frightened me as much as your faces invited me.
Our Our reputation? Lord, why should you not think that we women make use of our reputation as you men of yours, only to deceive the world with less suspicion?
And that demureness, coyness and modesty that you see in our faces in the boxes at plays is as much a sign of a kind woman as a vizard mask in the pit.
For I assure you, women are least masked when they have the velvet vizard on.
You would have found us modest women in our denials only.
Well, I beg your pardon, ladies. I was deceived in you devilishly. But why? Why that mighty pretence to honour?
We've told you. But sometimes 'twas for the same reason you men pretend business, often to avoid ill company, to enjoy the better and more privately those you love.
But why would you ne'er even give a friend a wink, then?
Faith, your reputation frightened us as much as ours did you. You were so notoriously lewd.
And you so seemingly honest.
Was that all that deterred you?
And so expensive. You allow freedom, you say?
Aye.
Then I was afraid of losing my little money, as well as my little time, both of which my other pleasures required.
Money? Oh, you talk like a little fellow now. Do such as we expect money?
Such as we make sale of our hearts.
We bribed for our love.
With your pardon, ladies, we must let you win at cards, or we lose your hearts. And if you make an assignation, 'tis at the goldsmith's, jewellers, or china house.
Would you not have us assured of our gallant's love?
For love is better known by liberality than by jealousy.
For one may be dissembled, the other not. But my jealousy can be no longer dissembled, and they are telling ripe. Come, here's to our gallants in waiting, whom we must name. And I'll begin. Horner is my false rogue.
What?
So, all will out now.
Did you not tell me 'twas for my sake only you reported yourself no man?
Oh, wretch! Did you not swear to me, Horner, 'twas for my love and honour you passed for that thing you do?
Come, speak, ladies. This is my false villain. And mine too.
And mine.
Oh.
Well then, you are all three my false rogues, and there's an end on't.
Well then, there's no remedy. Sister sharers, let us not fall out, but have a care of our honour. Though we get no presents, no jewels of him, we are savers of our honour, the jewel of most value and use, which shines yet to the world unsuspected, though it be counterfeit.
Nay, and is even as good as if it were true, provided the world thinks so, for honour, like beauty now, only depends on the opinion of others.
Well, Harry Common, I hope you can be true to three. Swear, but 'tis to no purpose to require your oath, for you are as often forsworn as you swear to new women.
Come, faith, madam, let's e'en pardon one another. For all the difference I find betwixt we men and you women, we forswear ourselves at the beginning of an amour, you as long as it lasts.
Sir Jasper, Fidget and Lady Squeamish are coming up.
Oh, my Lady Fidget. Was this your cunning to come to Mr. Horner without me? But you've been nowhere else, I hope.
No, Sir Jasper.
And you came straight hither, Biddy?
Oh, yes, indeed, Lady Grandmother.
'Tis well, 'tis well. I knew when once they were thoroughly acquainted with poor Horner, they'd ne'er be from him. You may let her masquerade it with my wife and Horner, and I warrant her reputation safe.
Sir, here's a gentleman come, Mr. Pinchwife, sir, whom you bid me not suffer to come up without giving you notice, with a lady too, and other gentlemen.
Sir Jasper, ladies, do you all go down the passageway there, whilst I send them away? And boy, do you desire him to stay below till I come, which shall be immediately?
Yes, sir.
Now to be rid of my new mistress. Dearest Margery would not take my advice to be gone home before your husband came back. Now he'll discover all. Yet pray, be persuaded to go home and leave the rest to my management. I'll let you down the back way.
I don't know the way home, so I don't.
My man shall wait upon you.
No, don't you believe that I'll go at all. What? Are you weary of me already?
No, my life. 'Tis that I may love you long. 'Tis to secure my love and your reputation with your husband. He'll never receive you again else.
What care I? Do you think to frighten me with that? I don't intend to go to him again. You shall be my husband now.
I cannot be your husband, dearest, since you are married to him.
Oh, would you make me believe that? Don't I see every day at London here women leave their first husbands and go and live with other men as their wives? Pish! Oh, you make me angry. But I love you so mainly.
So they are coming up. In again, in! I hear 'em. Well, a silly mistress is like a weak place. Soon got, soon lost. A man has scarce time for plunder.
Mr. Pinchwife, his sister and maid, sir. Mr. Harcourt, Mr. Sparkish, and a parson, sir.
Oh, good.
Come, madam. 'Tis not the sudden change of your dress and your false witness, Lucy there, shall persuade me I did not bring you hither just now. Here's my witness who cannot deny it. Mr. Horner. Did not I bring this lady to you just now?
Now must I wrong one woman for another's sake. But that's no new thing with me.
Pray speak, sir.
What? You're studying an evasion or excuse for her? Speak, sir.
Well, pray, sir, do. Pray satisfy him.
Then truly you did bring that lady to me just now.
Ha-ha!
How, sir?
How, Horner?
What mean you, sir? I always took you for a man of honour.
Aye, so much a man of honour that I must save my mistress. I thank you, come what will on't.
So, if I had had her, she'd have made me believe the moon had been made of a Christmas pie.
Now could I speak if I durst and solve the riddle who am the author of it?
A combination against my honour, Mr. Harcourt, which most concerns me now because you share in my disgrace, sir. And it is your censure which I must now suffer that troubles me, not theirs.
Madam, then have no trouble. You shall see now 'tis possible for me to love too without being jealous. I will not only believe your innocence myself, but make the world believe it. Horner, I must now be concerned for this lady's honour.
And I must be concerned for a lady's honour too.
This lady has her honour, and I will protect it.
My lady has not her honour, but has given it me to keep, and I will preserve it.
I understand you not.
I would not have you.
Come, Mr. Horner, no more disputing. Here's a parson. I brought him not in vain.
No, sir. I'll employ him, if this lady please.
How do you mean?
Why, what does he mean?
Why, I've resigned your sister to Mr. Harcourt here. He has my consent.
But he has not mine, sir. A woman's injured honour, no more than a man's, can be repaired or satisfied by any but him that first wronged it. And you shall marry her presently, or by my sword, I'll...
Oh, Lord, he'll kill poor Mr. Horner.
What?
Besides, he shan't marry her whilst I stand by and look on. I'll not lose my second husband so.
What do I see?
My sister in my clothes.
Ha-ha!
Nay, pray now, don't quarrel about finding work for the parson, bud. He shall marry me to Mr. Horner. For now I believe you have had enough of me.
Damned loving changeling.
Pray, sister, pardon me for telling so many lies of you.
I suppose the riddle is plain now.
No, that must be my work. Good sir, hear me.
I will never hear woman again, but make 'em all silent thus.
No, that must not be.
You then shall go first, Horner. 'Tis all one to me. Hold, sir!
What's the matter? What's the matter? Pray, what's the matter, sir? I beseech you, communicate, sir.
Why, my wife has communicated, sir, as your wife may have done too, Sir Jasper, if she knows him, sir.
What? With him?
You mock me, sir. A cuckold is a kind of wild beast. Have a care, sir.
No, sure, you mock me, sir. He cuckold you? It can't be. Why, I tell you, sir.
I tell you again, he has whored my wife, and yours too, if he knows her, and all the women he comes near.
How? Does he dissemble? Is he a hypocrite? Nay then, how? Wife, sister, is he a hypocrite?
A hypocrite! A dissembler! Speak, young harlotry, speak! How?
Nay then, oh, my head too. Oh, thou libidinous lady.
Oh, thou harloting harlotry! Hast thou done it then?
Speak, good Horner. Art thou a dissembler, a rogue? Hast thou?
I'll fetch you off, Mr. Horner, and Mrs. Pinchwife too, if she will but hold her tongue.
Canst thou? I'll give thee...
Pray have but patience to hear me, Mr. Pinchwife, sir, who am the unfortunate cause of all this confusion. Your wife is innocent. I only culpable. For I put her upon telling you all these lies concerning Miss Alithea in order to the breaking off the match between Mr. Sparkish and her, to make way for Mr. Harcourt.
Did you so, eternal rotten tooth? Then it seems my mistress was not false to me. I was only deceived by you. Brother that should have been, who is a frank person now to bring your wife to a lover? Ha!
I assure you, sir, she came not to Mr. Horner out of love, for she loves him no more.
Hold! I told lies for you, but you should tell none for me. For I do love Mr. Horner with all my soul, and nobody shall say me nay. Pray,
Don't you go to make poor Mr. Horner believe to the contrary. Despitefully done of you, I'm sure.
Peace, dear idiot.
Nay, I will not peace.
Not till I make you.
Mr. Dorilant and your doctor, sir.
What? Horner, your servant. I am the doctor's guest. He must excuse our intrusion.
But what's the matter, gentlemen? For heaven's sake, what's the matter?
Oh, 'tis well you are come. 'Tis a censorious world we live in. You may have brought me a reprieve, or else I had died for a crime I never committed, and these innocent ladies had suffered with me. Therefore, pray, satisfy these worthy, honourable, jealous gentlemen that I can't...
Oh, I understand you. Is that all? Sir Jasper, by heaven, and upon the word of a physician, sir, Mr. Horner is a eunuch, sir.
Yes. Nay, I do believe you truly. Pardon me, my virtuous lady and dear of honour.
What? Then all's right again?
An eunuch. Pray, no fooling with me.
I'll bring half the surgeons in town to swear it.
They'll swear a man that bled to death through his wounds died of an apoplexy.
Pray, hear me, sir. Why, all the town has heard the report of him.
But does all the town believe it?
Oh, pray inquire a little, and first of all these.
I'm sure when I left the town he was the lewdest fellow in't.
I tell you, sir, he has been in France since. Pray ask but these ladies and gentlemen, your friend Mr. Dorilant. Gentlemen and ladies, hadn't you all heard the late sad report of poor Mr. Horner?
Why, thou jealous fool, dost thou doubt it? He's an arrant French capos.
It's false, sir. You shall not disparage poor Mr. Horner, for to my certain knowledge he...
Stop her mouth!
Upon my honour, Mr. Pinchwife, 'tis as true as the...
Think we would have been seen in his company.
Just our unspotted reputations with him.
Well... if this were true... But my wife...
Come, brother, your wife is yet innocent, you see. But have a care of too strong an imagination. Women are truest still to those that trust them.
And any wild thing grows but the more fierce and hungry for being kept up, and more dangerous to the keeper.
There's doctrine for all husbands, Mr. Harcourt.
I edify, madam, so much that I'm impatient till I am one.
And because I will not disparage my parts, I'll ne'er be one.
And I, alas, can't be one.
But I must be one, against my will, to a country wife with a country mother into me.
And I must be a country wife still too, I find. For I can't, like a city one, be rid of my musty husband, and do what I list.
Now, sir, I must pronounce your wife innocent, though I blush whilst I do it.
Indeed, she's innocent, sir. I am her witness. And what she has said to your face of her love to Mr. Horner was but the usual innocent revenge on a husband's jealousy. Was it not, madam? Speak.
Since you'll have me tell more lies.
Yes, indeed, but...
For my own sake, fain I would all believe. Cuckolds like lovers should themselves deceive, but... oh, his honour is least safe. Too late, I find, who trusts it with a foolish wife or friend.
Vain fops but court and dress, and keep a pother, to pass for women's men with one another. But he who aims by women to be prized, first by the men, you see, must be despised.
In The Country Wife by William Wycherley, Horner was Ben Miller, Pinchwife Geoffrey Whitehead, Mrs. Margery Pinchwife Claire Corbett, Sir Jasper Fidget Nigel Anthony, Lady Fidget Celia Imrie, Harcourt Jonathan Keeble, Alithea Rachel Atkins, Sparkish Mark Williams, Dorilant Dale Rapley, Mrs. Dainty Fidget Sarah Markland, Mrs. Squeamish Joan Walker, Old Lady Squeamish Elizabeth Morgan, Lucy Emma Kilby, the Quack John Evitts, and the boy James Joyce. The music was specially composed by Stephen Warbeck and performed by Nick Cooper, Anna Hemery and Susie Shrub. The Country Wife was adapted for radio and directed by David Blunt. It was a peer production for BBC Radio 3.